Okay, so we should be back online now. Just wanted to restart the stream quickly to see if you get transcoding options. Let's see, did we get them? I think Piano's actually gone offline, hasn't he? Man, that's some good coffee. Even though it's instant, it's not that great. But yeah, now got transcoding options on stream, so hopefully anyone who struggled to watch previously can watch now.
I'm back.
Welcome back. We've now got transcoding options because Twitch is random like that.
How are you, moron? Where are you again? What? Dog? What?
Who said that?
General chat. Like, in game. Stormbird.
Oh man, the Dawn of War general chat is it's a special place.
Maybe they can ask their, like, how you say it? They could become actors for school days. Ah, God.
So it looks like we're waiting for Oceans. Shoulder and Ben going to be sticking to the same ones. Well, everyone's going to be sticking to the same commanders by the looks of it.
Oceans is ready while saying quick piss. I'm concerned.
Maybe just got like a bottle ready to go at his desk. Or as Redbeard says, just on the spot.
Yeah. Bucket. The veteran player's always using a bucket.
I mean, you can use the bucket as well. Can't imagine trying to do that. To be
Oh
so,
my god.
so engrossed in the game that you end up using that bucket.
What's this profile pic from St. Kelly?
Thank you, Ine Kure, for the follow. Ine Kure? Hopefully I got that right. Profile pic from St. Kelly.
Yeah.
Is it lewd?
No.
Okay.
More like Psycho.
Is this Discord profile pic or Steam profile pic?
Steam.
Well, we'll have to look up that later.
With which name?
I won't say it again in case I get it wrong. Did I get close to pronouncing it correctly? Inekura?
Maybe it's just like Inekura. It's like different kind of accent.
Or just randomly add an accent as I say it.
Yes. Anyways, the cancer matchup is like back again. So, let's see. Yeah, it's pretty much the same matchup as like the first game.
Yeah.
Just different map.
I'm surprised to not see Tyrants
Wait.
get used a bit more.
Oh no, Elders against Chaos this time. What the fuck is wrong with my eyesight?
So many things. But I think the Commander Knob should have a reasonably easier time against Grey Knights in comparison. Can I assume that Inekure is meant to be like a Japanese kind of name?
Perhaps. I mean, here's an enemy profile pic.
I only assume that because it's like always got like a vowel after a consonant. If that's the right way I can't remember. Vowels are the like A, B, no, A, E, I, O, U, is it?
So, Steve, if you get the name wrong 3 times in a row, then you need to call him Inikura-chan. Alright.
Probably not alright, but okay.
Anyways. The part on the top side, but bottom side is getting quite double.
But we have sluggers coming in for a flank though. These IC are going to get caught out. I think Redbeard's doing a nice job of kiting all the way back.
This sluggers stood there.
Yeah, with Banshees coming in from Ben, Redbeard doesn't really want any part of that, but we do have Oceans on the way with some Heretics. But even then does need to be careful because the Strike Squad with Banshees together. Unless he has an Aspiring Champion ready to go, that's a really painful fight for him to try and take.
Even then.
If he had 2 Heretic Squads with him, even then that would be very difficult to try and enter in because of the amount of range damage coming in. You focus down the Heretics first.
Oh, the Strike Squad just going for the cap.
Yeah. It's always like really weird when you try to engage a 2-man army from like different angles like this, because if you time it incorrectly, one army is just going to take a lot of damage before the other army can get in.
Yeah. Oh man, those Heretics are in deep danger. They get special. Oh come on. Wouldn't need to retreat on that line.
The Heretics won't get special though because the Strike Squad only has 70 melee skill, the Heretics got 75 by default. Heretics would be really bad if they would just get specialed by a squad like that without any buffs.
Oh yeah, right. Got my nice Marines here.
I think those really
Right
here.
Look at the brother cap. It's like I realized
that swing.
like the brother captain just realized, hey, that's not one of our guys. Just like comes back.
Well, he just charges in like a baseball bat, just like slams the commander knob out the way there.
Yeah.
I do love like the random specials sometimes in the games. It just like looks quite funny. Yeah, range is going to be a nice choice here from Ben, I think. Although these sluggers and pain were definitely a bit painful. It's always so awkward trying to approach a 2-man army, though. But I think the Rangers can do a good job poking that down. But Noise Marines on the way to the other side, they could get a full generator bash here if not careful.
It would definitely hurt. This time Operatives just like the first purchase.
Yeah, Operatives have been the first purchase. But we did see some grenade launcher upgrades beforehand.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that Strike Squad doesn't get it. Wanna go on that retreat path?
We're heal already getting used there on these shooters instead of these sluggers as well. Nice team. Might go down? Yeah, shooters should be able to force melee.
Oh my god, what was that swing though? The bash is done.
What swing, sorry?
The ICT took like 200, 300 damage.
I think the sluggers just managed to get a decent surround. That was all.
Yeah.
Hunter, yes, this is currently the semi-finals. This is the 3rd game of the semi-finals.
Oh, Nice Marines died. Where though? But they went like from it.
Who died?
The Nice Marines from Oceans. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because he's like on the other side. So
They went through the mid-side map. They were
Banshees.
attempted to be infiltrated, but
the Banshees. Not quite 5 HP.
shoot boys.
No. Yeah, they're gonna go down.
FFSA. Don't know if
Yeah,
Redbeard is
FFA.
asking. Yeah, Redbeard calling for the free for all already. Confident in his ability to win. It's currently not 2-2. It's currently 1-1 for these 2 players, or these 2 teams rather.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Oh.
Redbeard's lost quite a lot. Don't know if
Literally comeback.
Noise Marine lost, the Slugger lost, a Shooter Boy lost. That's quite a lot lost for blue team overall. Meanwhile, red team have only lost IST.
It must be quite annoying, like the retreat sometimes. It's like the retreat and then you're like stuck there and then you just like call back the operators.
Yeah. Let's see what blue team can do with their limited forces. They were able to bash a lot of power, but they did have their power bashed in retaliation, so it's kind of hard to say if they're in a decent enough position to make a comeback or not.
I mean, it's quite interesting how they just like mix up their armies, kinda. They're just like going, like, there's a unit, there's a unit.
Yeah. But it does make it a bit more taxing on the players to have units mixing in the armies like that, because it's an extra area that you've got to go look at.
Yeah. Oh, it's still gonna walk into it, but it doesn't take much damage because of the other corner. Obviously going with the Noise Marines here because like he bashed the other power, now it's time for this power.
Yeah, but there is a
Need to be
Farseer
careful.
out in the field already. She should be able to run and try and defend it where she's still making her way towards mid instead. Brother Captain is on the way. Rangers and Banshees coming in from the side here.
Yeah. Strike Squadron as well, Brother Captain. Yeah, he's in a very bad spot with the Noise Marines.
Nice box line knockback there. Some Heretics are here though.
And Noise Marine's kind of stuck in place because the Brother Captain, well, he doesn't take knockback.
Looks like blue team should overall be able to resume their push, where they will need to spend a bit more time trying to tear down Straren's farm instead.
Or Nate, maybe?
I was expecting one from Ben, but I think it might have been on cooldown since they're still regenerating engine. I don't think he's used it anywhere else.
There comes the Mine War.
Should be able to kill off the Aspirant Champion there though. Or the squad rather.
There's the truck. And preemptive tank busters.
I think Tank Buster's always good to go. They always work quite well with shooters together because you can always knock back units, especially if they're blobbing up quite a lot. Just use them as a form of crowd control.
Well, thing is, they still have power.
Yeah, they very quickly repurchase power on the other side of the map following the earlier bash.
Command and up should get away. Now they lost their power.
Oh, that is a dead Shoot Boy squad. Redbeard's armies. Oh, these Noise Marines. Yeah, that.
Yeah, this takes.
Redbeard has got Sluggers back out on the field, and they have been upgraded with a Nob Leader, and he's got the Pain Boy still there, so he's going to rely very heavily on melee dominance here, after losing both upgraded shooters. Although this is a nice little flank here, he can get the Rangers or the Banshees.
He's not gonna get anyone.
He's going for the Banshees as the target, but an Exarch gets called in at the very last second there. Does need to be careful though.
Gonna be now.
Yeah, they just will teleport again. Haywire Grenade even gets thrown off as well. Nothing to follow up at the moment, but doesn't purifies it as well. Poor shoulder.
Oh, yeah, that was nearly the wrong reaction. Oh my god, purifiers. Oh, Redbeard. Oh, Redbeard. Melter Bomb maybe? Yeah, he's gonna get the Melter Bomb off. That's a dead truck. He's gonna get the tank busters on that power.
I don't know, can Sluggers win against Purifiers with Pain Boy support?
It's gonna be hard.
Oh, that Chaos Lord does need to be careful. I think Kill the Weak is on cooldown.
Oh, that's a dead Blood Crusher. That's a dead Blood Crusher.
Haywire Grenade came in little bit too late, as in like it was thrown on time, but the warp spiders themselves took a long time to throw it down. I'm not sure about his engagement. Warp spiders, yeah, continue back away. Farseer should just try and guide him. Yeah, there you go, that pain boy. Now it needs to get focused down.
Oh, the Blood Crusher.
I do like seeing the Spear Purchase here for the Farseer in this particular instance.
Oh, he's
Ooh,
gonna...
that's special. Oh, the pain boy might go down. Oh, that's special for the Farseer.
And the Purifiers with the Strike Squad in the back. I'm gonna get so fucked.
60
Look at
HP.
this.
Farseer even makes it out there alive as well.
Lost like 3-4 models.
Yeah, Redbeard's not overly happy about the specials coming in here, and Purifies on the retreat path of these sluggers as well. With a strike squad. Just kill some additional models and keep those sluggers tied in base for a bit longer. I was doubting how useful these warp spiders would be. But they've done a lot of work so far. Beyond like just killing vehicles.
Those ticks. Should have. Yeah, those blood blurs just like leading. You should have like Doom Blasted and then just like retreated immediately afterwards. I don't know what I was doing there.
Not too sure. Ooh, the special there from the Blood Crusher. Might be able to kill an additional Warp Spider model. Chaos Lord may go down. That's a lot of damage though. Yeah, Redbeard, I think, is going to be locked into base fairly soon. Shoulder's army is fairly scary in comparison. Farseer is also going to fall down. No Haywire Grenade is available for these Warp Spiders as they've not got any energy. In fact, Banshees may die in. Oh, the XR gets picked off.
Yep, may just die.
Yeah, Ocean is looking quite strong at the moment. With his army. Taking out taking out a commander and a squad there of Ben's. Might be enough to turn tide of the game here. It's currently looking kind of even at the moment now.
The Purifiers are like dreadnoughts.
I think a Dreadnought would be easier to fight. I'm not sure about shoulder retreats and Purifiers away. Retreating the Strike Squad was the right choice. The Purifier's going to walk all the way back to base. Oh, nice Marines. Nice infiltration there. Haywire Grenade should go down as well from the Warp Spiders, although I don't think they had enough energy there. Not sure what the energy cost is of the Haywire Grenade, but I believe it's only 60 to 65, so they should have been able to get one down on that Blood Crusher.
Oh, Liberian. I just going to make it more painful even with like the Purifiers. No, you can do jack shit against the Purifiers.
I think it'd be okay against Purifiers. Librarian would just make it so that the Purifiers can always retreat to the bubble if they need to make it out there alive.
Oh, so both heroes are down now. For the red team?
Ideally, Redbeard would be able to repurchase his hero and then get a res onto the Chaos Lord since he can infiltrate across the other side. These Warp Spiders for Ben are doing some serious work throughout this game. Just sitting there in range combat.
Oh,
Storm Boys, I'm not too sure about this decision here for Redbeard, especially with the Pain Boy currently down as well. Purifiers with the Librarian and Strike Squad is just going to be a bit too overwhelming, especially if Mind Blades does get activated, which it does look like it is on the Purifiers.
he's spamming the ability.
That's 2 dead squads, potentially. Redbeard is committing way too hard here, I don't know if that's intentional or not.
Yep, that's the game.
Does mean that Shoulder and Ben are going to be advancing to the finals of the tournament. And I don't know if the brackets have been updated actually for the other game. They might have been. Let me refresh the page quickly.
It looks like, well, who was replacing the team of final hive minion thing?
Harmona replaces Finale.
Oh, it shows that Red Tide won against Shouldering and Ben.
Okay, so it's already been updated.
It's been updated, but wrongly. It's actually Shoulder and Ben who won the game. Guys, Shoulder and Ben won the game. Or rather,
So
Grey
that data
Knights.
push. Oh. Man, this website annoys me. Sometimes. There you go. Even though it shows incorrectly, it's now there. Yeah, Oceans, no matter how much you decide to bribe Impregnable, you cannot change the brackets like that, unfortunately. Also, Piano is not appreciative of your insight in that previous game.
What insight though?
Your insight, in general.
Amazing. Do it better.
So with that, I believe that they're currently in-game at the moment. Harmona says that they won 1-0, so they're currently in game 2 at the moment, I'd imagine.
Yep. If Shoulder wins, is this gonna be a Grey Knight free fall?
Potentially. We did do a Grey Knight free-for-all at one point, and I think everyone forgot about it. I'm just not even going to answer that question, Piano.
Is she Japanese?
Everyone's Japanese at heart.
Everyone has a samurai in their heart.
Everyone is secretly a ninja.
Like Naruto.
I've not actually seen Naruto.
It's like doing the hands on the back and then...
Oh, the Naruto run, yeah.
Yeah. Piano, you might need to refresh the chat. Or like, you know, stream in general.
Opseth will be the host of the finals, so I wonder if it's been done. Or if they've finished with their games. Let's have a look. I'm going to refresh on this other computer. It still just shows that Finale and Hive, or Harmona and Hive rather, did win the first game against Kermanog and Quest. Someone else is messaging me, it's going to be Impregnable. They are on game 2. Unfortunately, we've not got any coverage of game 2, so I don't know how long it is, and I'm not going to start harassing Hive and Harmona in the middle of their game. Imagine if I think Calderas Refinery is an alright 2v2 map.
Oh my god.
Forgot about an entire lane. Pro nades, pro aspiring champion sacrifices.
Fucked him. What?
So many
Some-
eyes.
Some serious banter going on there.
Yeah.
So, like everyone is trash talking. It's turning into a general chat.
Oh, I suppose that's the idea of the stream chat though anyway, just become a general chat.
Yeah, pretty much.
Telling Morgan Freeman that GK takes skill. For those uninitiated, let's have a look.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a smoke. Yeah, B. Because game takes anyways. Probably a while.
Okay. Play some anime. I don't think I can comfortably without getting banned from Twitch. That is not really my kind of music. Turn off game music, it's trash compared to this masterpiece. Cast it off before. Alright, let me turn off the in-game music. I'm gonna skip ahead. In-game music needs to go off then. Is this the chorus coming up then? This song seems kind of weird, if I'm honest. What's this other link that's been posted? Another version of the same song. Let's have this superior version. I'm just going to skip ahead. Ah, that's a creepy music video where she's like stroking people. Right. Praying we're going to ban Grey Knights because of you. I don't think we'd see Grey Knights get banned. So isn't patch 2.9.2 going to be out like fairly soon? Playing for money, I think it was like 13 euros or 15 euros or something that was donated.
For what exactly?
The tournament. If I post the thread, 13.85 euros. I'd like the tournament thread hotkeyed with everything else.
Our general chat is amazing again. Very bad. Sub G's, very cool. Calm down, man's block will brick your nun.
That guy is definitely from Brixton or somewhere near Brixton.
Yeah.
Steve, if I give you money, will you do something irresponsible with it? It depends on what you deem irresponsible. To be fair, any money that would go from the stream or come from the stream would just go back into the stream. Or like...
You gotta cosplay for him and take 60 poses.
How irresponsible would I be with £15? I'd do a £15. To be honest, I'd just probably put it... If it was like money donated via Twitch, or with regards to that, it would just go back into the stream, which would just be like saving up towards new equipment or getting artwork made for the channel. Definitely not buying 5 McDoubles and an Oreo McFlurry. As much as I would like to eat 5 McDonald's and an Oreo McFlurry, or even 3 pizzas, I really can't because I'm on my diet, which is boring. Alright, while we're waiting for the finals games anyway to finish, or waiting for Harmona and Hive Minion, Swift, since you mentioned about the subscriber tier, I don't know if I can change the price of it, because I think that's just like a fixed Twitch price. I don't even know where I'd go to check. There we go, affiliate.
Shouldn't Swift should just spend his money on giving us all Dark Souls 3 because he's so obsessed with it.
It doesn't give me an option to change the price, and I don't think you can change the price. Well, you'd rather me spend the £15 on buying McDonald's. Alright, Swift, what should I do for £15? Would you prefer me to invest in cosplay? Get sloshed. On £15? Actually, I probably could get sloshed on £15. I'm quite lightweight at this point because I've stopped drinking. Get to use some vodka and something. Yeah, to be fair.
The question is when though?
When would I get sloshed? I don't know. I could do like a Twitch Sings stream and get sloshed.
Like Discord FaceTime with like, I don't know, 5-10 people?
I could do it. The risk being that I can't control what the other people do on their camera.
You think they're gonna pull the bigger?
You said it. No, I don't think anyone would do that, but...
I mean, if Piano streams, yeah, I mean, then yeah, definitely there's the risk, but...
Why don't I do Coke on stream? Because I'm not going to spend £15 on Coke, because honestly I'd get some really horrible quality Coke for £15, and on top of that, I don't want to. Have an elite mod party where we all get wasted online together and do Twitch Sings.
Could do. Even though it would be kinda like when it, like next weekend I'm on the party again.
Who said online? That's me. Alright, Swift, whereabouts in the UK are you from? I'll come beat you in cosplay. Just say it's
I mean,
meth.
let's all go to Germany, please.
No,
It's
Germany's
so
too far
central
away.
in Europe.
Just
It's
come
central in Europe. Central.
from behind the bike shed around your hands. Is the bike shed where you keep your slaves that you've mentioned in the past? Meet up in Cologne. We're going all the way to Cologne. Might as well meet up in like Paris or somewhere central to all of us.
Germany.
Germany is not central to all of us. Germany is central to you. London
So,
is central to me. Come meet in London.
yeah,
London,
but to Europe. To
Come-
Europe.
come London, bruv. In it, bruv. In it, fam.
No, I don't want to go to Glasgow.
London is not Glasgow. See, in London we do things proper. We use knives. We don't use bottles.
Yeah, we're gonna end up in Glasgow anyways.
That's like an 8-hour drive. Thank you, Arlak PVNF for the follow. We're not gonna like go to London and suddenly end up in Glasgow. Come to Canada. I went across an entire ocean for that. I was in Adilla City for a week and he didn't even know. Did you stalk Adilla in his own city, Swift?
Canada's like, I don't know, 600, 700 euros.
That's a lot of
Just
euros,
fine.
which I could just spend on cosplay.
Yeah.
Steve, get that £15 of bananas. And on face cam, throwing them away. That's irresponsible. Man, I'm not throwing away bananas. Bananas are nice. I would eat £15 of banana. Actually, no. How much is £15? How many kilos of bananas can you buy for £15? I think I'd
Enough.
probably. I think I'd feel ill if I actually ate £15 of bananas, as in £15 currency of bananas.
And then you need to drink Sprite after that.
Jesus, no.
What about if you do a crowdfunding for a VR headset? Yes. Then you can feel like a real anime.
What am I going to do with a VR headset, though? That's the thing.
Hmm?
What am I going to do with a VR headset? I also
I
need a
don't
new
know.
computer
Maybe
for
upset.
VR. I could do VR chat. I'd also need a new computer to cope with VR because this computer just does not.
Yes, best strip that exists, sadly.
Okay.
Or maybe.
Boogie, you are now the point of contact for that.
VR chat or what?
For a VR hentai pornography.
Alright.
Thank you,
I
Swift,
didn't saw-
for being a
I
tier
didn't
2
saw
subscriber.
any yet. But I remember there was that one video where there was like that. Was that Japanese dude who had like the headset and there was like. I don't remember what he was like. Like. It looked like he was fucking like something. But. You couldn't see anything. It was like safe for work. So.
Moving on from that.
Swift is a subscriber on level 2.
God, why is this keyboard not working? Ah, there we go.
Thing when Best Snoop doesn't know me.
Who's on the call with you, Steve? It's Boogie. Or SPL Boogie. Or also known as Matsushima, recently in Discord.
Anime is good.
Are they still in their
like-
game, by the way? Because they're
Yeah, I
Probably-
don't know.
going for it.
I'm like here to insert the cringe.
To balance out the awesome casting.
Right.
I don't think you could pay me enough to eat that many carrots. £15. How many? Let's have a look on Tesco website, right?
Tesco.
Tesco. Yeah. How many? I want to know how many bananas I can buy for £15.
Too many.
Provide a link to VR hentai. I'll leave that to you, Boogie. Right. Oh my god, oh man, I cannot eat £15 of bananas. It's only 78p per kilo. How many kilos can I get for that? 15 divided by 0.78. I can buy 19.23 kilos of bananas for £15 for Swift's donation money.
Yeah, and you need to eat them all like quickly because then they rot.
Need to eat more quickly. How much per 100? So 100 calories. So 100 grams is 135 calories. So wait, 10 times 135 times by how many kilos was that? 19.23. That's 26,000 calories of banana. That's a lot of banana. I haven't got donation set up because I've not really anticipated anyone actually donating. If I'm honest.
How many oranges can you get for that?
Oranges.
Mm-hmm.
This seems like a very healthy use of subscriber money. I can get a 5-pack for £1, but it doesn't give me a weight. Does it give me an estimated weight? No, just okay. So we'll say we get 5 for a £1, so I can get 75 oranges.
Yes.
I might set up a donation link at some point at Swift.
And it's gonna be spammed every minute.
I'd be very happy if it got spammed every minute. I think you can also do bits. I don't know if that's a thing or how that works, if I'm honest.
Bits. Thanks for the 300 bits, boy.
What is
Like that.
bits like meant to translate to? It's like 100 bits is meant to be like $1 or something, isn't it?
It's like Twitch money, I guess. The
Yeah.
Bitcoin of Twitch.
Hand-picked oranges. 1 bit is a cent. Fair enough. What's wrong with hand-picked oranges? Aren't most oranges hand-picked? Or are they picked with a machine, I guess? Why am I having a look at the Tesco website? What kind of stream is this where I'm shopping on Tesco? Ah man, can't buy that Jack Daniels with your donation money, Swift.
You can't?
That's £20 for Jack Daniels.
Fuck?
Wait, I'm just typing alcohol.
It costs like about $60 over here. See, Germany is better, and it's in euros as well.
Hold on. I can't get a litre of Smirnoff. I could probably get like a 70-cent a litre bottle of Smirnoff. Tesco's finest guys, if you all donate enough, I can get a bottle of Tesco's finest cognac.
What?
Is that a thing? Tesco's finest cognac.
Right.
That does not sound like something I want to drink.
Yeah, like Tesco. It looks like... I think the game finished, I'm not sure though, because I saw a quest in the general chat.
Oh yeah,
Like,
Quest
he's
is in
right
general chat now. Let's have a look. Let me close down my Tesco's shopping list. Did it just say alcohol free when you typed in alcohol? Probably. What comes up if I... Oops. I don't want to sign in. I don't know what my account details are, actually. Alcohol free. What do you get alcohol free of? Alcohol free beer? Alcohol free cider? Alcohol free sparkling rosé?
Why do you need that?
It's for people who like the taste of alcohol, but don't want alcohol. But if I'm honest, I've never really liked the taste of alcohol to the point where I'd have something alcohol free. I'd rather just have like a Coke or a water instead.
Like, if you want to drink alcohol, then drink alcohol. Man up. Free alcohol, right?
If only. Right, Opsef has got the game up. It looks like it's going to be game free between the players.
Yep. I kind of figured it. I think it's gonna be 5-minute break though. I think.
Possibly.
Because Jamona was saying like need 5 minutes. I'm not sure about that.
It's because everyone seems to eat around this time. Well, it's like midnight for Palmona, isn't it?
It's midnight
In Spain.
in Germany. Oh, Ben got fucked. Wait, why didn't got op slot? What the fuck? I got kicked. Of course he kicks me. Oh, these people. Maybe I should just like call myself co-cast every time I'm like, like there's a tournament, just like call yourself caster.
Probably. I don't think it was like announced that we were co-casting. That's probably why.
I guess.
Until like, unless people are actually watching.
No, we're just gonna call ourselves caster and co-caster.
What, as in this change the Steam name to that, cast and co-cast.
Yeah, exactly. Then they can't mistake it.
Yeah, but then people are gonna be like, "Who the hell are you?" and kick you anyway.
Then we're gonna.
No one's gonna read the name co-caster and be like, "Oh yeah, that guy's definitely the co-caster." They're gonna go, "Oh, who's this guy?" Kick.
Well, then we're just gonna tell Impregnable and say they are fired.
Hi, Impregnable. I've decided to rename myself from BbBoS to Caster, and Matsushima here has decided to rename himself to Co-caster. Please acknowledge these changes and push them out to all your referees. Thank you.
Like in an email.
In an email? We don't need to email. We've got Steam, Discord, we've got 100 ways to communicate.
Gotta do it sincerely.
I could technically email Impregnable because I know his email address, but why? I'm not gonna write like a formal letter. Dear Impregnable, please acknowledge the following changes. Best regards, BbBoS. It might be really irresponsible if you try to buy uranium with £15 and get picked up by the police and argue you couldn't reasonably buy uranium within £15 and nothing illegal happened. I think the attempt to buy uranium would probably be enough to like get me registered on... Who would deal with that? Would it be like National Crime Agency or MI5? Imagine MI5.
I mean, you can try to look up how to build a bomb, and then you're pretty much on the watch list.
Yeah, it's probably not going to go down too well, given that there's an airport fairly close.
Hmm.
I'd rather not end up on any list, so that when I do go abroad for like a holiday or something, I'm not going to be like pulled to one side and be like, so you know about your search history and how you wanted to build a bomb? Let's talk about that.
Yeah, and let's have a drink.
Well, that's my response. I get pulled over by like the equivalent of TSA in the country or security, and my solution is to go have a drink in the interview room while they question me about this bomb building.
Yes. And then you smoke your cigar.
I don't think they'll allow me to smoke a cigar nor have an alcoholic beverage within the interview room of an airport.
Just do it.
It's just a prank. Most crimes are considered crimes even if you don't succeed.
And
What
then
if-
it's like a chocolate cigar.
I'm not taking a chocolate cigar with me to an airport. Yeah, my idea of an airport when I go to an airport is to get through security in a reasonable amount of time, not take a chocolate cigar and try and smuggle it inside the plane with me so I can try and look like a badass in the interview room.
I mean, we're going somewhere. I mean, we should write a book, right?
Write a book on how to get pulled over by security at an airport and end up
Of
on
a
every
bomb
list.
threat. Yeah, and then like having a chocolate cigar.
For some reason, I feel like I would not have the opportunity to have said cigar because I would be in handcuffs. What about a
And
chocolate
that-
cigar full of alcohol? That's...
You're gonna do a magic trick, so...
This isn't How I Met Your Mother. If that's what you're referencing by doing a magic trick at the airport.
It's like no, like you just like uncuff yourself through a magic trick, and then you pull out your chocolate cigar, and then they get gunned down because they think you're like pulling up the bomb button.
The bomb button. I don't think anyone thinks of the bomb button.
Well, trigger.
Boogie's been drinking. He's not making any sense, according to Boss. I've got to agree to a certain extent. What are you on about?
I'm trying to make a story. I'm gonna be a book writer.
I've become £15 richer, and suddenly everyone's like, "Oh yeah, just let's put him on a list." So that he can't fly anyway. Let's end. Let's get him arrested.
He's one of those rich boys. One of those douche YouTubers. He's bullying Oceans.
Yeah, but I can bully Oceans and not end up on a list. I can also fail to buy uranium and end up on every list. Attempt to get through airport security with your arms handcuffed behind your back. Was in like I handcuff myself and then try to get through security. I mean, I'd fail at the metal detector because I'd be like, "Pow, you've got handcuffs on. Can't have that."
And then suddenly you make a magic trick.
I'm not going to do a magic trick at the airport. At the airport, I'm going to keep my head down and get on the plane nice and quietly, get into business class or whatever I can afford, and just sit there and chill.
But if you are like cosplaying as a magic girl, then
I probably am not going to be cosplaying at the airport because I'll take a look at my passport, see that I'm dressed like a girl, and think, no, this does not match you. And then I'm going to have to go through security where they're going to have to pull up my skirt or something and confirm that I'm not in fact a girl. And it's just going to make the whole experience a bit more awkward.
At least it's going to be a unique experience.
Yes, but ideally when I cosplay, I'm also not having people trying to look up my skirt. Therefore, I'm not going to go to airport like that. I will happily have the cosplay outfits in the bag, but I'm not going to be wearing it.
I mean, don't you want to like at least get the how you say it? Get the impression that you are like a girl?
Not at an airport. It's like the least place. Because I'll take one look at the passport and be like, no.
Because if they lift this skirt, then you'd be like, yes.
I'd be both happy and mortified at the fact that now I'm gonna have like be strip searched or something. I suppose you could just say like I don't know, I could pretend to be transgender or something, but I don't think that's gonna go down too well either.
Yeah, they're gonna see like you don't have like the transgender as like a gender on your car.
I'll just say I'm trying it out. I could get like a fake passport of my cosplay character, but even then I don't think that's going to go down too well.
Yeah, they're like gonna have like the peace sign and all that.
The peace sign? Well, I'm going to go up to security, hand them my passport, do a peace sign, and expect to get through with that.
No, on the passport, I mean.
Why would I have that on the passport? I'm not going to, like, graffiti over a legal document.
Not like the peace sign, like, you know, you do with the hands, the fingers.
What? Well, I hand them my passport and sit there doing the peace sign at them.
No, like the...
You want me to pull a pose as I get like checked out by my passport?
Yeah.
That's not gonna help me get through either.
To be honest, I'm actually getting into this. Like I'm actually imagining that how you just.
Oh dear.
Anyways.
But we're now in game. We can talk about the cosplay later.
Yeah, back to the game. Yeah, so fucking hilarious.
Oh, straight away, Harmona, not too pleased about the map.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of like split hard on this map, kind of.
I think it's a good map for the Farseer though, so I think Harmona shouldn't be too unhappy with the map choice. It is a very large map and it can be very difficult to actually double your opponent because of that massive crater in the center. But
Yeah,
we shall see.
Chaos Lover's Hive Tyrant is gonna be nasty for Hive Tyrant.
I don't think it'd be too bad. Because of like the Chaos Lord being on the side, which can feel a bit longer.
Yeah.
I mean, both of them are kind of the equal distance, but for some reason on the left-hand side, it always feels like it takes longer to reach anything.
But like, Faster is like the perfect matchup against OG. That's a good thing.
We'll struggle in the early stages of the game. You can see Lord General already exerting a lot of pressure against these DAs.
Guided himself on the Faster. Hive Tyrant capping mid. Homogen's a bit damaged. CSM gonna engage mid. And Termagant's just getting shredded.
The very first engagement against Lord General is always very difficult because Lord General is so tanky. Well, it's not the fact that he's tanky, but it's the fact that he can reinforce in the field. So he does quite a lot of range damage. He can go in melee quite comfortably.
No stomp. There's no stomp on the Sentinel.
It is quite early to get stomped. I don't think it's necessarily needed because Guardsman will be outbased fairly quickly. Lord General's still in the field. But Sentinel does need to be reversing as opposed to walking backwards like it is.
Oh, he's gonna take the power on the left side.
Yeah.
Sentinel's gonna be.
I don't know, a lot of pressure on this left-hand side. In fact, red team just applying a lot of pressure all over the map. But with a heavy weapons team coming out here for a Harmonis, should be able to start fending off that Lord General a little bit, especially as he's not got any spotters or Catechins out on the field for now. Yeah, the Sentinel does need to be a little bit careful. It's gonna get a bit low if not careful.
Yeah, triple attack DPS.
Ooh, 2 models actually fall down on that Lord General on the retreat path there. And so no repairs have gone down on the Sentinel yet. The Dire Avengers are just able to keep advancing a bit further forward. The Guided Weapons team will just set up behind them as well. Farseer can always guide the Guided Weapons team to give it that extra 30% range, so
yeah.
his power bash is pretty well protected.
Yeah, it's gonna be spotted soon though.
Homagons are able to barely make it out there with just 1 model alive. And wow, Warriors actually take down the CSM model at 600 HP. That's very unfortunate.
Oh, Guardian Weapons team.
We force away there. Is no Stomp still on this Sentinel?
Yeah, he should get some nades, I think. Oh, he has actually double setup team.
Yeah, so he probably get some nades now. We'll get the upgrade for the Dire Avengers, because the extra health is also quite nice, because it stops the Sentinel from being able to bleed your Dire Avengers too often.
Oh well.
I do like this aggressive play here from Kermanog, just keep the Sentinel in for as much as possible, although it does need to be careful. It's about to get focused down. He's not retreating it away. Oh, he does rely on that last second shell. Single burst might have been enough to kill that Sentinel at that distance.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, some emergency repairs do need to go down.
I think there's like double sure. Is he actually gonna go for double spotters or just keep it at it?
I don't think you need to go double spotters. You can stick with a single spotter squad, but if you are feeling that one spotter squad's not quite cutting it, then Catechins are probably the way to go. Because they'll do a good job of also controlling that Dire Avenger blob.
Yeah. Oh man, most raptors are dangerous for the Shuri.
Yeah, but Quest's not paying attention in time. Still a good position though, because he's right on top of these Dire Avengers, and that Farseer is quite low.
Yeah, and Dire Avengers bleed too quickly. Oh!
Does dodge it, but Raptors don't have enough energy to jump just at the moment. They will just safely retreat away. It's quite difficult to try and micro across 2 fights at the same time if you're focusing on the center as well against Hive Minion. If you can put it off, it's good.
Quest and Rotarium pretty much going already tier 2.
They're kind of known for this like fast tech style. We've seen it in a lot of 2v2s in previous tournaments where there's a game where Kermanov didn't spend power until tier 3, for example, and then just went for triple demons.
Yeah.
But they do have these builds kind of worked out, which is quite interesting to see. bbbOS is doing a good job here. Oh, that was a misclick there. And Power's getting bashed as well by Harmoner at the same time from the top side of the map. Although Hydrogen does need to pay attention to these warriors. They're going to run into base. Okay. Yeah, a lot of pressure being applied against Kermanog at the moment.
I think the Spirit Zones was kind of like, in my opinion.
And Spirit Zones always tends to be a solid choice. But yeah, very fast Chimera.
You couldn't just get anything from it, just like right now in tier 1. At the moment.
What, can get anything from the Spirit Stones?
Like in tier 1 right now.
I think they're still decent, just because it allows you to get your Dire Avengers out on the field quite quickly. And if you're going to be like doubling with your teammate quite often, just be able to heal up your teammates is also really useful.
I guess.
Yeah, Harmono just needs to set up outside of the power here of Kermanol just to delay his any units in tier 2 as much as possible. We could see a grenade go down here. These guardsmen are getting a little bit out of position. Oh, but these Dire Avengers are low.
Yeah, that's always dangerous. If they are out in the open, they're gonna die like this. Like, throw your nade early on, or just like, don't risk it.
You should see Harmono just try and back away from this fight. This is not going down too well.
The Shuriken.
Yeah, the one on the back line potentially will go down if Raptors decides to switch focus now. Although, switching focus a bit, I don't know, actually, 1 HP.
There we go.
They get the hits that they need.
The Blood Maul doing its work. The warrior's sitting there.
They're going to start joining the fight momentarily though, and these Raptors don't have enough energy to jump, so they're going to have to retreat through these Homogons and Warriors, but I think they should be okay.
Yeah. Those Blooders are going to do a lot of work there.
Yeah, Harmono losing both the Dire Avenger squad and the Guardian Weapons team, that's quite expensive losses there. Although Kermanol did lose a Sentinel, was expected to lose a Sentinel at some point in the game. Surprisingly, he's gone for Plasmas as well on these guardsmen. Don't know if this is some anticipation of Wraithguard approaching the field, but I'm surprised to see him go for that so early on.
Some guys just like automatically go for plasma guns, no matter what, even though it doesn't favor the matchup.
It's quite expensive to go for. The Commissar upgrade would have been a better choice, and I think he's already got it, in fact. But that,
yeah, he does.
The power spent for the plasma guns could have just gone towards some Ogrins to try and counter the Wraithguard that have now entered the field. Yeah, this is quite a scary push now. Both armies grouped up with a Chimera to support reinforcements on the field. A bit aggressive from these Bloodletters here. They don't have the energy to actually go into that invulnerable state, so you might end up losing Bloodletters here.
Yeah, they're gonna die.
They got knocked over as well at the very last second. There is no worship support available for them. Doom Blast in the last second, not quite enough. That play was very over-eager there for a quest. If the Gene Stealers weren't there, the Bloodletters would have been fine in that engagement, but the Gene Stealers just absolutely demolished them in that engagement.
We need some rune armor.
Yeah, Rune Armor is a pretty solid choice against Imperial Guard in general. In this particular instance, where we've got Kermanol fighting against Hive Minion, the Plasma Guardsmen are going to be a nice choice just to try and get the Synapse knockback against Warriors on the field. But overall, I think you would have been better off sticking to just the default weapon And instead of going for the melt gun on the Lord General as well, potentially going for the sniper rifle just for that extra range.
Oh, those Wraith Guards are fucked. Oh, they get actually nice hits, but reinforces immediately. And this Shuriken is dead. Yep. Yep.
Those Raptors are doing a lot of work in this game.
I mean, he's just keeping the low HP there, and like, you should see the Raptors. So he should try to like anticipate the jump.
I don't think they were too low. But they were low enough though that the Raptors would finish him off. That Lord General just reinforced them to kill this.
The blood more is enough to do the damage. Oh, and that zone front is kind of fucked. It retreats through that horn CSM.
Nah, they're too busy focusing down the Brood Nest, which is more important to take out for now, rather than trying to go for an attempt to snipe on that zone throat. These Mark 1 CSM do need to be a little bit careful about making this fight a bit too long. Wait, no, the squad is still alive, it's just that the other model's like really far back for the squad might have got wiped there. They did end up losing the aspiring champion because of that fight. I think if the Guardsman for Colonel maybe joined the fight a little bit quicker, that could have also helped.
Already tier 3 for the Rotarian.
He does like to go for the very quick tier 3 because it does mean that he can get a Lehman Alce on the field a bit quicker, but I think in this particular instance he could benefit from getting some Ogrins on the field. Farseer does go down, but you can see some retreat grenades here from Harmona.
Yep. I think a Shuriken Wraithflower was kind of wrong.
There's no vehicles on the map other than the Chimera. Chimera isn't too big of a threat. As long as you can just keep leading the Imperial Guardsmen.
It's like, you should know by now that there's like no Ogrins coming.
I think just the Shuriken Wraith Lord is always nice anyway. Because the Bright Lance does soft damage. So like if a Lehman was out on the field, you wouldn't necessarily want a Bright Lance Wraith Lord, you would just want a full-on Bright Lance to contest instead.
I mean, they're bashing power now, but...
It will delay the Lehman slightly, but not by much. But then
I mean, Wraith Guard is still there, but...
Yeah.
Just gotta be careful.
Not sure about his engagement though between this Mark 1 CSM, Raptors, and GCS.
Yeah, there's Bloodlust. There's Bloodlust, that's very dangerous.
So it doesn't look very efficient. Especially with the knockback there from the Hive Tyrant. That could be a dead Raptor squad. Especially with that allied shell actually knocking over these Raptors, and now there's 5 minions on the retreat path here. Oh no, the Raptors actually get a nice retreat path, they're going to retreat around the long way. Well, that's a nice grenade here from Harmona. Oh, that was painful.
Interesting engagements here.
Yeah, these fights are definitely extending beyond the norm here. Okay,
that's the kit. Oh, Isla has the icon of core. Alright.
Yeah, the Mantle Hate, so plenty of healing for him.
Farseer might get fucked.
Should be able to get away. Surprisingly going for the Doom weapon upgrade here, and Kermdog's actually going to build a Lehman as opposed to calling one in through the global. So it looks like he might be trying to save red for the rocket run, which he's already got enough red for, so...
And half minion is tier 3 already, so fax time soon maybe?
Potentially. May decide to go for a Neurophrobe instead.
Oh, look at those, the Avengers spinning up from behind. Kinda coming late to the party. But yeah, they need to kinda keep an eye on peace.
Does need to be careful about these guards, but the Wraith Lord will easily finish off a squad if not careful.
Yeah.
Especially with some Ripper support coming in as well, but leaving it out on the field. Wraithlord is going to get chased all the way back. Raptors and Melter, Marco Korn CSM going to come in here. That Wraithlord should be able to make it out there alive. We do see the Doom upgrade on the fast here, but I don't think there's anything that she can really Doom at the moment. In fact, I don't think she'll be able to get the ability off in time. She's actually used all that energy on the Spirit Stones.
Oh, they jumped like again.
Because they're level 2, or we're level 2, and they're now level 3, they did have enough energy to do a double jump in a quick amount of time. Here's this Chaos Lord is absolutely crushing it in this fight with the Lightning Claws and the Icon of Corn. So the ability as well for a rocket runaway, even though a little bit too spread out at the moment.
The Ripper's gonna die.
I think the Rippers are just providing free health regeneration to the Chaos Lord there in that particular instance.
You think he's gonna go? Oh, there's the rocket run. Oh, and he's gonna be fucked. It's gonna hurt. He's gonna lose 2 squads. Yeah, lost Wraithguard and the setup team.
Lehman with the Vanquisher Cannon is also going to chase it all the way to base as well.
Kill the Wraithlord there.
2 more hits should do it.
Yeah, that's like a game changer right there.
Assuming he actually gets a shot off needed.
Should have kept that like behind the base, I think.
I think that Lehman can still shoot through it. Still
I think it's the sick console that is gonna do stuff. I'm not sure how that's gonna work.
If anyone can translate some Russian for us. This could be Quest just saying GG easy to his teammates. Could be him saying that he needs some help against the Seer Council. Who knows?
I think he's saying like Carnifex, I guess.
No, he's just saying Octopoxo. Yeah, the Carnifex is going to be a bit of an issue for this Dreadnought, but the Lehman is just going to make his way over now, so however many it does need to be a little careful. Perhaps he's attempting to go for the sniper in the zone throw, but going to be unsuccessful in doing so. Kemba will have enough as well for another Lehman fairly soon, just 10 power away if he wants to start building one. May decide to wait for enough reds to just drop one in instead. Focus Wall Blast is going to go down and
Missing.
yeah.
Yeah, that Vex needs to like go quick. And just like being cannon fodder, I guess. I don't know what that was.
Yeah, I think that grenades were on cooldown.
The Raptors are already like level 3. Same with the Corn CSM.
Yeah. Because Quest is going tier 3 now, so we could see the Melter upgrade on these Raptors. However, it's probably going to be a bit too difficult to try and make that work. And with a zone for on the field, it's probably not worth it.
Oh, those spotters. Yeah, spotter's gone.
Bioplasma hit directly onto the Lehman there, doing a nice chunk of damage. There's just so much repair support available. Heretics, Guardsmen in the area. There's nothing to really follow that up with.
Yeah, Jamana needs Eldritch right now at that point.
Violence weapon seem not much I can do. We do have the zone probe attempts and snipe coming in.
Might die.
No, you should go for the zone probes, the more high value target.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get it.
Yeah. Just because it provides health regeneration to this Carnifex as well.
Yeah.
For its healing synapse. Definitely want to take that out. So, second Lehman now on the field here. Might see another Executioner cannon. I think we've seen, yeah, he's got an Executioner already, in fact. Not an Executioner, sorry, a Vanquisher cannon.
But the game is quite over right now.
Don't know, the Chaos Lord is currently about to 1v3 some squads here with the Icon on the corner. It's just, and with him positioned in such a way as well that the Geniuses can't get a full surround on the Chaos Lord, he should be able to win this engagement fairly easily. I don't know if that's intentional positioning there by Quest or hits just by accident, but it's always nice when you can try and avoid getting a 360 surround by having your commander positioned in such a way. Dreadnought needs to move in a little bit closer to provide some support, but isn't needed as the squads are going to be forced off there.
Level 7 not general though. I'm surprised the case load is level 3 though.
Quest has been doing a lot of fighting, but hasn't necessarily killed a lot. Mainly because the Gene Stealer has been able to out-heal quite a lot of damage that's been dealt. But with the double demons, it's very easy to pick off models, so they see the Lord General level up very quickly. So even these demons, the first one is already level 3, just because of that single target damage is so effective at picking off models.
So, it's the Russians against the Bens.
Yes, with that we do enter the finals, which is going to be interesting.
Yep, how are they gonna deal with the Grey Knights?
I think they'll do okay. Yeah, Kavanagh level 7. Him and his famous Lieben strategy. My laptop needs to stop going to sleep. My laptop keeps going to sleep because they keep switching tabs away from the stream. Can we ban Grey Knights and Imperial Guard? If we're going to do that, we might as well ban most races and just have mirror matches. So yeah, I don't want to look at alcohol-free alcohol anymore. I want to see who's going to be hosting. I think Opseth is going to be host once again. So we'll wait for the finals game to go up. I don't know if players are going to be taking a break in the meantime. But hopefully we should be able to begin the final game pretty soon.
So, about a passport, right?
Oh god, it's going to come back to this conversation again.
You're gonna bring alcohol as well.
I'm not going to bring alcohol with me to an airport. The airport is filled with bars. I'm going to drink at the airport.
But the one from home tastes the best.
What, the homemade, factory-made vodka that
Yeah,
I bought
moonshine.
at...
Some moonshine, boy.
We don't have homemade moonshine in the UK. We can get some from Amazon, but it's homemade in America.
Aww.
Having had moonshine as well, there are plenty of nicer drinks out there. In comparison.
Absinthe.
I've not had absinthe. Even then, I don't think I'd want to. It's just ridiculous.
70% of pure Russia.
The thing is, there's just easier ways for me to kill myself with poison. Like cyanide.
Cigarettes.
No, it's too slow.
At least you know you're gonna die at some point. It's got the fun factor about it is just like you're gonna die by surprise, you know.
What, with cigarettes?
Yeah.
What, one day you take a puff and suddenly it just goes horribly wrong and you just pass out on the floor?
Yes, and then it says like, "Hey, you have lung cancer."
Yeah, but that's a slow process. It's not like I inhaled the cigarette the wrong way and now I'm dead. It's not like an instant thing.
I mean, there's like people that can actually fuck it up to like not smoke it on the tip where like you normally smoke, but like at the, I don't know where the fire is.
What, isn't like you put the fire part in your mouth? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes. Like they want to smoke them that just do it literally wrong, in the wrong way.
I think most people know not to do that, mainly because one, you don't.
Yeah, but some people do it by accident.
Oh, you do it by accident, but you don't do it intentionally. You don't accidentally shove fire into your mouth and think that everything's going to be alright.
I mean, when they do it in movies with like, they kind of, how you say it? They delete the fire on the tongue. You know those people that like press the cigarette against their tongue when it's lit?
They put out the cigarettes with their mouth. Is that what you were trying to tell me?
Yeah.
Is this how you smoke in Germany? Because
Maybe.
if I'm honest, you guys are probably doing it wrong.
No, but it's like, I think in some movies or something.
What kind of movies do
Is
you watch where people are putting out cigarettes on each other's tongues? That sounds
Well, I
like
can
some
show
weird...
you a music video about, right?
It sounds like some sort of weird fetish thing. Putting cigarettes out on people.
On your tongue.
Yeah, that sounds odd.
I know, it's all.
And also, who makes a movie on, based on people putting cigarettes out? That sounds like a very boring movie.
No, it's not like a movie. It's like a thing where it shows that like people are hard or something. You know those people that just can like put out their cigarette just anywhere on their body and give a fuck.
I don't think that means they're hard, I think that just means that they're messed up. That's just not a normal thing to do. You don't say, oh, I'm hard, and then like put out a cigarette on your nipple or something. You know, be like, I'm hard, and then go fight someone, you know?
On the nipple.
I don't know.
How did you came to nipple?
You don't want to say people put it out on their tongue. I just thought of another sensitive area.
And maybe on the bell end.
No, that's just going one too far now.
Well,
If a chav came up to me and said, "Oh, mate, I'm hard as fuck," and then like took out a cigarette, lit it, and then put it out on himself, I'm not thinking this person's hard. I'm thinking this person's an absolute psychopath, and I either need to fight him to get him out of my face, or I need to run away.
yeah, I mean, kinda. But that's like how they portray it in movies.
So every German movie that involves like some big
No,
German tough man is like putting cigarettes out on himself.
Not German movies, American movies.
I don't think I've seen. I think I've seen enough American movies to realize that most people don't light cigarettes to put out on themselves.
Well, there are some. There's not many.
And you seem
That
to
have,
have,
like,
you seem to have watched all of them or something, because that seems to be your ideal way to put out the
No,
cigarettes.
a couple.
Every
A
time
couple.
you go out for a smoke, I imagine you now just like you're sitting there smoking and you're like ready to put it out. You just whip out your forearm and then you just dab it on there.
Yeah.
What do you mean, yeah? you burn yourself with cigarettes. Is that what you're saying?
Not me, but like the dudes that do it on the movie set. I don't.
But you just said yeah,
Like-
to putting it out on your forearm.
I mean, I could try.
Why?
I mean, why not?
There's other ways to portray yourself as a big tough guy, other than putting cigarettes out on yourself.
Like, how you call it? Tasing your balls.
No, that just makes you weird.
So you want to say Jackass is weird?
It is weird.
I mean, there was like that one thing where he put, you know, those leeches directly on the eye socket.
Again, that doesn't really show that you're a tough guy. That just shows that you're pretty weird.
I mean, it's Devo, so.
Yeah,
And
but I'd
guess
argue
what?
that
Your name is also Steve.
my name is David, or BbBoS. So let's talk
So
about
yeah,
real
like
stuff.
roast them guys, because he likes to call himself David.
Rostam is just a big fan. Feels like 7:30 AM. Isn't that not because it is 7:30 AM? We are currently
eyeball licking. Like, I don't understand why this is a thing.
this coming from the person who likes to burn himself with cigarettes and put leeches on himself to prove how hard of a man he is.
I've watched Jackass, alright?
You watched him and you're like,
Nothing
yeah,
wrong.
I could do that. I'm going to go to my next party and just whip out a leech and prove to the ladies there I'm a tough guy.
I mean, probably go blind by the process. But anyways. Yeah, like, eyeball licking, this is...
No, eyeball licking. That's where I draw the line.
I mean, think about the bacteria.
As opposed to a leech.
Yeah, the leech is like just trying to suck blood through your eyeball, but
What, you
it's
don't
not
think it
getting
contains
any.
bacteria?
Nah,
Mate.
it's just like from Africa, probably. Pretty clean.
Where you draw the line is pretty weird. Your line's just drawn in the wrong direction there.
Fucking hell, it's just like something I watched in Jackass, alright. I mean, I wouldn't do it like for $500. 500k bucks.
But you're saying there's a price.
Yeah.
Oh dear. But moving on to the actual game. First game
Yeah.
of the finals. Shoulder mount looks like he may be going for his double purgation to follow up this triple IST start that we've got from him. He's got some IST in the mid, but he's not actually got them on the VP itself. However, it does move them into correct position now.
Oh, that knockback though on the pass here. Here's that closing in. He used the not let the galaxy burn, the kill the weak already. So he's gonna be easily kited. And Bench is closing in, gonna retreat.
Now, I think the Banshee should continue to run down the center to try and get a flank on the Chaos Lord. If they're able to do so, then that would have been a dead Chaos Lord. And Guide actually getting used here on the Brother Captain, which is a bit of an odd decision.
Oh, we see actually a stomp. Because he thinks, yeah, it's grenades. Gotta pull out the stomp.
I think you can use a stomp quite easily against IST, and you're going to need it later on against Purgation anyway.
Yeah. I
But
mean, the good
hopefully-
thing is that Purgation have like flame damage, so
Yeah, but you do need, like, even against Brother Captain, because he's so tanky and has 9 HP, and has his Battle Cry as well, which reduces incoming range damage. Just need the stomp to keep him locked into place so you can actually finish him off.
there's gonna be a node trade. Oh, not quite. It's coming back. Afasi is gonna get down though. Yeah, quite too late.
But Kermanol can easily go back in and try and finish off that power node as well, but later on. Should be a decent res though for a shoulder to go for at some point, but it does need some. Does need a Purgation squad on the field, just something to actually tank, since short grenade launch ISTs, they'll do a lot of damage, but they can't really tank too much.
They're gonna do the extra damage with the Sergeant. I guess that's why like the Sergeant gets nerfed.
Yeah. But there's a
Yeah,
there's
like
good res there.
Guardsman gonna die.
No. I
Quite.
think with grenade launcher IST, they're just not very good at actually finishing off squads.
Yeah, Sentinel going down there already. There's the Raptors. And Banshees are stunned. So that's very good. Oh, the Avenger's pretty low. Right?
They'll be fine there.
Yeah,
The Banshees won't be able to win this engagement, they will be forced off before they can win. They actually end up losing quite a few models there. So,
Well, I would say it's time for Mind War, pretty much. So you can use those nades in the Avengers against the Raptors.
in this particular case, I don't like Mind Ward just because you typically get Mind Ward to lock down a commander like the Force Commander, but since it doesn't work on the Chaos Lord, since he can't be suppressed, you generally don't go for Mind War in this case.
I don't know, I think it's good for jump squads, in my opinion.
You'd
Because
be
it,
better
like,
off with like Doom or
suppress it.
something. It does suppress, but you'd probably be better from Doom, because then you can just Doom them, and then Banshees will tear through the Raptors even easier.
Yeah.
Plus the Farsi would also do some additional damage as well.
By the way, is Quest actually Russian? Yeah, Quest is Russian, right?
I'm not too sure about the nationalities of the players.
I mean, they were talking Russian, so yeah, Quest is Russian actually.
Probably safe to assume so. But yeah, Power Bash coming in from shoulder is very difficult to actually defend against this, especially if you're Kermanog and you're also only going for 2 guardsmen as your entire tier 1 build.
Yeah.
Well, Lord General's actually counter bashing at the same time.
And that General needs to be a bit careful.
Wow, the Raps are special there against these Banshees. Definitely allowing them to win the fight quite easily there.
The grenade launches on the Lord General.
Yeah, with the grenade launches, you kind of want to almost force ground target to actually get them to land. If you time it right, you should be able to kill the Lord General quite easily.
Oh. Yeah. Might do. Nah. Yeah, there we
nice
go.
Negation there. But it should be a decent enough position to get a res. We do have a flank here from the Chaos Lord, and one ISC squad is going to fall down here.
Yeah.
These heretics might be able to get an additional squad. Should be able to get the squad on the backside, which does not have a sergeant for it. Heretics do need to switch focus though. I think if they switch focus a little bit sooner, as opposed to waiting to the very last second, they could have finished that off. And shoulder though, it does have a purgation squad also trying to run through the same area, and blue team are going to be able to secure the power hit. Heretics are backing away, not realizing that the purgation squad is retreating through that particular area. But mainly because these Raptors end up in a fight elsewhere.
The Heretics are gonna nearby. One nade is ready.
No, it's a bit too premature there.
Yeah.
Not sure if Heretics... I mean, Heretics can win this fight, but... it's going to be close. Well, Ben does end up losing the Banshee squad, and then he's going to lose a few Dire Avenger models here on retreat.
And there's still... Oh! Chaos Lord! Come on, die! That's a very bad spot for him to die. There we go. And both commanders are down, so one needs to repurchase.
Quest should be the ones who repurchase to get an easier res onto the Lord General there.
Yeah. Also, there's Ogrins now in the field against GK.
It's a bit of an odd decision.
It's really ballsy, believe me. It's
Given
really,
that Shoulder's
really...
gone for the Blind Purgation build as well. Blind Purify build rather. It's definitely not going to work out too well, but it works really well against these ICs and Purgation.
The Purifiers are gonna shred those Ogrins. They're not gonna trade at all.
They can trade, just more efficient for the Purifiers. If the Lord General can provide some decent support, like some Medipacks.
I mean, I tried like going Ogrins against like Purifiers with like other squads helping, but yeah, no, they don't give a fuck. I mean, if Mind Blades get used as well, like...
Shoulder's a big fan of Mind Blades, and Mind Blades activated already, so...
No, that was a good grenade barrage. Look how much damage they do.
They spent most of the time running away from the fight as opposed to actually engaging. They do get that bonehead leader, but when he's losing 2 models and actually just knocking over guardsmen on retreat there.
Oh, Lord General is in big danger. Oh no, they're gonna get... he's gonna get away. So, what spot is purchased for the anti-chaos dude? aka Ben.
I think Warp Spiders can be okay. I don't know if he's anticipating the Blood Crusher to be out on the field, but there's not any Banshees to follow up if a vehicle does approach the map. But Warp Spiders will just provide some decent mobility though. Also jump out of the Raptors jump.
I mean, right now they have like the power advantage, like the blue team and Ben and Shoulder.
Brother Captain definitely going to fall down in this engagement.
Yeah. A Ripper Gun's gonna tear him apart.
Do have a Sergeant coming in, so we should see some med packs coming on these Ogrins, but you need to be careful about the Purifiers, which are now going to be supported by a Librarian. Additional stat, when the Brother Captain comes back online, we can see warding staff get purchased for him to provide some even further support for these Purifiers. Yeah, these Ogrins have just consumed their med pack and they're still taking far too much damage here. Mind Blade's going to get spammed once again.
He's gonna get a model, maybe? No. Oh, Guardsman died though.
Yeah, Kermit. This is the weakness of his kind of builds where he does go for far too light of a tier 1 and tier 2 in order to try and get that late game Lehman out on the field. It just does not work in instances like this where there's a lot of aggression in the early stages of the game.
Yeah.
We have seen games where he's managed to do quite a lot with quite a little, but I don't think this is one of those games. Just the Ogrins were completely the wrong choice here against these Purifiers. Even if the Ogrins were able to trade evenly, the Ogrins are not enough to offset everything else that Shoulder currently has. Especially these Purifiers bounce to level 2 as well. These Ogrins are still going to be level 1, so Purifiers will have that slight advantage. So they actually kill the Ogre squad.
Yep. See? Not one model loss.
Yeah. But this is going to be a best of 5 finals. Does give them plenty of opportunity to make comebacks, and we have seen them go 3-1, I think, in the past 2 tournaments. I can't remember what the score was for Monthly Rumble Team Tournament number 32. But the previous one, it was a 3-1 score, so we'll see if Kermnog and Quest are going to make the comeback that they need. Being 1 game down already. Or if Shoulder and Ben are going to succeed in winning the entire thing. The real question is how to even get Guardsmen on VP when he has 3 units. Might have been focusing on something else. May have...
A call.
What?
A call.
A call?
Mm-hmm. Phone.
What, you have a phone call?
No, I mean, he was probably focusing on a phone call.
Ah. Do people get phone calls at this time?
Sometimes.
Sure, it's not good if you receive a phone call like middle of the night. Either you're out with your friends and you're all having a good time, or you're in bed and you get a phone call and it's like, oh, this is not good news. Maybe other people's experiences are a bit different. But yeah, may have already given up, potentially. May have already been considering surrendering at that point.
Grey Knight's hopeless. Interesting thing is he always went like 1 Raptor squad with CSM.
What, Quest?
Yeah. They did the same build. Except for like the spotters.
I think Quest build generally works out as a pretty standard build. Generally can't go wrong with CSM and Raptors. Can always adjust to get some Noise Marines or Havocs as well in the later stages.
Just go double raptors like Z-Talk.
Double Raptors would be a very quick way to lose the finals.
Become a Z-Talk.
I don't think there's really many situations that would call for 2 Raptor squads unless they're going for like 4 Guardian Weapons teams or something ridiculous. And even then, probably 1's enough and you just go something else. Unless you're very keen to snipe a particular single target and need as much damage against a single target as possible.
Risk of rain 2, Swift.
Caldeira's Refinery, pretty standard map choice. This is where we did see Camel go for his 4 Lehman build. Wonder if we'll see a similar build like that.
Be right back.
So, okay, so that was going to be the first hero picks as well, since it is Ben and Shoulder that were on the top side of the bracket. So, going to be sticking with the same commanders. Well, no, actually, swapping out the Lord General for the Commissar instead. Probably see that Ben and Shoulder Mount will stick with the same thing. I can't anticipate them switching to Tyranids on this particular map. So Steve, £15 of banana milk, what do you think? £15 of banana milk. How much is banana milk? Banana flavoured milk. £1 a litre. Yeah, okay. I mean, well, actually no, that's 15 litres of the stuff. I don't think that I could drink that even in a week. Actually, no, I reckon I could probably drink that in a week. That would be my only thing to drink, but that'd also end up being most of my meal for the day, probably. £15 of banana milk does sound pretty good. Does need storage, actually. No, I've got room in the fridge. But ignoring what I would do £15 as the discussion has gone back to, we're going to be starting off on the bottom side of the map with Kerbal, going to be swapping out to a Lord Commissar as his commander choice. Quest going to be sticking with the tried and true Chaos Lord here. And meanwhile on the red side, Shoulder Mount going to be sticking with the Brother Caps and Ben going to be sticking with the Farseer. Things have worked out pretty well for all players so far with their respective commanders, so not too much reason to change the recipe too much. So from Kermanog, be interesting to see what kind of build he does go for, if he does go for a very late tier 1 and tier 2. Given that he's not playing the Lord General, we shouldn't anticipate him rushing straight to Lehman Russes. So we'll see if he decides to go for a more standard tier 1, which doesn't involve either Catachins, a heavy weapons team, or something just to provide a bit more. I need to see him go for Responses in one of the games, but Responses, other than their utility, don't provide much grunt for your army. But straight away, just see an execution go down here for the Commissar Lord. Does improve the damage there of those guardsmen by 100%. Does mean that they are unable to retreat away at the same time. The Lord Commissar consumes 50 energy to do so, so less shield for him. But already a Strike Sword model is going to fall down here. I think a second one might go down. That Lord Commissar is focusing down a particular model that isn't going to get the additional shots needed to actually finish it off. And that Farseer is going to come in here. Commissar is going to switch targets to some Dire Avengers, and Sentinel is not going to have Stomp available just in time. Might be able to catch out both commanders here actually. Commanders are split a little bit too far apart there. It's only able to catch out the Brother Capstan. Farseer is going to be able to make it out there alive, or unstunned rather. But a lot of pressure being applied to Kernlog in this instance. We do have Quest coming in with some CSM, able to pick off some additional Dire Avenger models. Straight away, the grenade launch upgrade for shoulder.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Well, double CSM this time. And Lord Commissar.
Yep.
So the Gears Load is this time still against Ben. So that was CSM against Elder.
Can be okay if you can get Raptors out in time, but Ben should just respond to it by getting a second Ranger squad instead. Also help him try and pick off the Sentinel as well.
Okay, melee strike squad getting purchased this time.
Don't think I've ever seen anyone go for the range strike squad.
I sometimes do.
Jeremy is favoured to not go for it.
Oh well. I mean, he went for the Lord Commissar, so he can't be like triple grenade launched, right? So. Oh, Fasio might die.
You can still go triple grenade launcher against the Lord Commissar.
Hmm?
You can still go triple grenade launcher against Lord Commissar.
I mean, it's not really gonna take any direct damage, really. Like, Lord General is kinda like a squaw, you know? So.
He still takes quite a lot of damage though, if you time it correctly, or you lock him down in place.
Well, if that happens. I mean, I guess with the Brother Captain ability, the enfeeble one.
Sentinel needs to be careful. If it doesn't keep moving, it will go down.
That swing.
There's only one Ranger squad here for Ben. I'm surprised he's not gone for a second Ranger squad, but I might decide that's a bit too extravagant.
Oh. Heretics. Now they're gonna get away. But Banshee's gonna get the shout out.
Surprisingly, Ben's actually gone for the Mind War upgraded as well. Can always suppress one of the CSM squads, I suppose, and then keep it suppressed with Rangers since they do courage damage. That would have been interesting to see either a second Ranger squad or even the Doom War gear as well.
Hmm.
Sentinel does need to be careful.
Yeah, if he would like sandwich coming out, would be really bad for his Sentinel. Because he's gonna take damage from one side or the other.
Generator coming up.
Triple ISD getting purchased now.
Sir, we're losing a power node.
Yeah, I think the triple IST, because Shoulder does like Rhinos and Tier 2, he likes to go for a triple IST build so they can provide triple repair support. Well, that's his main reason for it. On top of it, if you could reach critical mass of grenade launches with your sergeants as well, you can easily insta-gib guardsman squads. Range is going to fall back towards Shoulder's army, use flames for it. It seems to just cause massive performance issues on computers.
Yeah.
But Catcher is trying to place down an IED in the middle of the engagement here.
Yeah, I don't know what was that. Did Shoulder have messed up something?
No, he's not lost any squads or anything. But he's managed, he needs to be careful about just engaging heretics on a constant basis. Just try and soften them up with the Rangers as much as possible before going in. There's an IED placed down here, which has sent some...
Sir, we're losing a victory point out
Needs to
there.
be careful not to walk over.
Oh.
Oh wow, that CSM squad might just go down.
Yeah, they might. Yep. Dead.
That's why people don't like going up against the triple grenade launchers.
I mean, if the triple IST walked through that ID. Oh. Yeah. There's a trait.
It's not too bad to only lose one though. Could have been worse.
I mean, at least the Sentinel is down on one of the CSM squads.
Losing the CSM squad's a bit more painful than losing the Sentinel. The Sentinel's always expected to die at some point. Or kind of outlive its usefulness.
Yeah. I'll look at the damage there. And they don't have the Sergeant to buff the damage.
No, with the Sergeant you do get the extra 15% damage increase with all weapons involved. And also have the ability to throw grenades down as well, so when guardsmen try and do a dance like this, you can throw down a grenade and then follow it up with an instant grenade barrage. So yeah, we do see some upgrades on the common side this time, so Kerman is going to actually invest a bit more into his tier 1, unlike the previous games where he's tried to skimp on it as much as possible. We'll see if he decides to get a different armor into tier 2. Our carapace armor is nice. Be interesting to see something like the Bionic Eye just break suppression so that these catchers can run right up to the purgation squad and start dealing more damage to these IST as well. But we should still see executions with the grenade barrage against these ISTs, since without their sergeant they are quite fragile. At 411 VPs, 257, Colonel getting Quest doing a bit better in this game in comparison to the earlier game. Another ID is going to get placed down, but I'm not too sure about this. It's a bit risky. 33 HP on this IED.
There it goes. And the bench is in retreat. No shotgun blast. There's gonna be an 8. Ooh. Kinda missed it.
Surprisingly on 4 models out of 6 there. But thankfully the Commissar did have the Battle Cry ability activated. He was able to get a special on all the Banshees, otherwise the Banshees would have probably been able to finish off the squad. We've seen Mindful Gain activated once again, but the pass here is forced off though. Let's go for the last rider in the end. There is a Chimera on the field, but I still think we've been better off just upgrading one the Purgation note with the Conversion Beamer, or just going for the Silencers instead. And just keeping this Rhino with an Assault Cannon so you can pick up Guardsmen and get it easily leveled up. Just to keep doing some damage to models essentially. Especially as the last rider doesn't really have the best targeting as well, don't need to focus infantry over vehicles unless you manually click on it. It just makes it a bit of a pain to try and snipe the vehicle if you are forced to reverse away in a situation.
They're gonna trade power now? Or is he gonna fall back for the VP?
They're going to trade a little bit of power, but Shoulder's already on his way back. Purgation not able to get on top of these Guardsmen as well. How the Commissar should be able to get on top of the Purgation to tie them up.
Rhino should look out. Doesn't, like, the Melter's kinda scary for whatever reason.
Should be okay for the most part. Looks like he should be able to
Smoke
get the
bomb.
Chimera.
Throw the smoke bomb. Yeah, got it.
Commissar should try and execute one of these catching squads in a moment. So that's also do so.
Okay. Was there Falcon there with the last cannon? Kinda dangerous. It's gonna... yeah. That was close.
But then because the Falcon's also infiltrated, it takes reduced range damage anyway.
That last cannon was like shot instantly. Just gonna try to decap the power.
Rosa should be fine. Shoulder saying he's got to save for Terminators. Meanwhile, Kermnog is nowhere close to tier 3 for now. He's just getting Stormtroopers on the field. This last rhino is still a massive pain. Makes it a bit harder for blue team to get any sort of transport out or a Blood Crusher. But overall, Ben going tier 3, Shoulder going tier 3. Things aren't looking the best here for blue team at the moment, despite their VP advantage and them doing pretty well in tier 1. Yeah, the squad lost there to Kermnog. Definitely, or to Quest rather, losing the CSM squad so early on is definitely hurting. Mindball getting used there on the Aspiring Champion. That could be yeah, that's the Aspiring Champion. Mindball constantly getting targeted there on those Raptors. Definitely paying for itself at this point, killing the Aspiring Champion. Well, Havocs have been set up here. One more shot, all that's needed, but not going to happen in time.
There come the Banshees.
Oh my god, about to go down, but
Heretics aren't gonna die.
Yeah, the Aspiring Champion looked like it was focused for the blood sacrifice there. I'm pretty sure the squad can't retreat away while it's in the middle of the blood sacrifice, but maybe it can. Chaos Lord retreats away, does not have enough energy for Kill the Weak, was only 1 energy away, so could have potentially waited in combat for a little bit longer, but that would have mattered too much. There's going to be an entire generator farm going down. We have a bit of a trade on the other side here as Kermnog is going to advance a bit further. Side cannons will set up at the wrong angle here for Shoulder. And may end up losing this last Rhino here. Little shot, and yep, we'll actually get it.
I mean, right now they're trading power, so...
Trading power, I feel like favours the team that's already tier 3 and has already got tier 3 units on the way there.
Yeah, true.
Especially as that Falcon's now been allowed to get that energy shield.
Oh, detonate though. Is he gonna get a squad? No 1 HP on the Stormtroopers.
Yeah, Banshee's
Banshee's going a bit deep, strike squad as well.
Yeah, Paladins have now been called out on the field on the other side of the map here. And they managed to retain 1 generator at the very least. So things aren't too bad, but these Paladins have managed to take 2,000 damage nearly from these Plasma Guardsmen so far.
That sound though. It's like massive boys, like hammering your boys.
Yeah. Aspiring Champion once again being targeted, this time on the CSM squad, and the Falcon also focusing it down. That could be a dead Aspiring Champion at some point.
Oh, but there's a fire prison now on the field. It's gonna be very annoying for them.
Aspiring Champion is going to be the one that falls down on that CSM squad. Energy shield on this Falcon definitely going to be a bit annoying to try and kill.
Oh, the Avengers need to be careful. Oh, the Avengers gonna go down. So there's still repair support. Thank God. Still a, oh, Stormtroopers sneaky. Yeah, now they're gonna get knocked back. Use the stealth field, come on.
Yeah, lots of Stormtroopers are not the best as a source of AV, especially if Rangers are on the field.
Yeah.
Rangers will be able to detect them, Rangers will be able to use Pulsefire knockback.
Stealth field.
Stealth field's not too much of an issue. It can be, but with this red team definitely turning its tide where they were down VPs. The VPs are now in their favour. I think Shoulder and Ben should be able to close this game out.
We have the target in hand.
We'll see if Kermnog can actually muster out a Lumen onto the field. A Lumen with the Executioner doing plasma damage might be enough to force the Paladins off. Quest is getting a Predator of his own, but I don't think the Predator is going to do too much against a Guided Falcon. Guided Falcon should be able to snipe it from quite some distance.
My Paladin's getting the bonus now. There's a predator on the field.
There is a Predator, yep.
You think a Zinj upgrade would be great now, I think.
I don't think a Predator would be
Considering-
great at all, really. The only issue with this Predator is that the Falcon will just get guided from what is already quite long-range. The Predator will need to drive in very aggressively and try and
What
chase
about,
down
like-
that Falcon.
What about a guided fire prism though?
The guided Fire Prism is what I meant, sorry. So the Fire Prism, with its already long range when guided, having an extra 30% range. And this Predator is like coming out with no mark upgrades, which means that it's not doing any bonus damage, doesn't have any bonus health. So it needs to go all the way back to base, needs to get upgraded before it can actually come out to the field, ideally. It's nice to use the Dawn Worship so it can actually drive out of there in time, but this chase from shoulder is definitely there, so we do have the Imperial Guard coming in, but don't know. Cannon's taking quite a lot of damage trying to get in there. They'll be forced to open you up. Paladins are pretty much destroying everything on the back line here.
Still didn't lost the model though.
We should use a model here with the Guardsman chasing away, especially if the Commissar comes in for the execute without Banshees
Banshees
with the
there.
flank.
The cash guns with plasma guns?
They do quite a decent amount of plasma damage with the plasma upgrade.
They do the same amount as guardsmen though.
I think overall DPS is probably the same as Guardsman, but they do additional plasma DPS in comparison to Guardsman. Plus we get the Sergeant as well, just for even more damage. But definitely Sergeant provides a damage boost to the squad overall. But there's quite a decent amount of damage here. We're range with the pulse fire knockback. That's a nice blind grenade there. Or blindly thrown grenade rather. These Maelstrom troops are going to try and come in once again, but I'm not too sure about.
The
actually
Chaos
too much.
Nuke is ready. There's a Chaos Nuke ready, if you can cast it in the right time, maybe.
It's a bit too spread at the moment.
Falcon.
That would be the opportunity on top of the Falcon hit.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, the IST's gonna run through that. Yeah, they both died.
I'm not sure why Shoulder chose to retreat everything through that, but since it does heavy melee damage, if you do retreat through it, you just end up taking additional damage. You are better off almost standing still and just trying to walk out of it. Yeah, time field getting used. This Predator still has no upgrades whatsoever, so it's just doesn't really deal much damage actually with its default weapons.
Oh, one more hit.
Yeah, the guy goes down.
Yeah, there comes the Linus. Oh, those the Avengers don't get grenaded.
Target structure eliminated.
I assume the D-cannon hasn't bugged out. No, it's back at base.
Oh, so it's now 2 fire prisms.
Yeah, the Farseer can support the Fire Prism pretty well.
And looks like Kominok is the one now ready with a nuke. But same goes for Shoulder Mount and Ben.
Sir, they've a solid 200 points.
Potentially unlikely to see a nuke here from Shoulder because he may decide to spend the red on Mind Blades instead.
On Terminator, so I don't know.
Don't need red to purchase Terminators though.
No. I mean, he has already got Paladin, so
Yeah, but you might want to spam Mind Blades on his Paladins though.
alright. I don't know, like he can try to do the thing you wanted to say, like one match, like where you lift the troops and then you just like hit it with orbital bombardment with the normal Terminators.
Can do, but it requires a lot of time to set up. can still spam Mind Blades and then do that later. These guys should spend far too much energy there, not having energy to shotgun blast these Banshees away.
Oh, Banshees. As I might.
Defense is doing a lot of friendly fire damage. Where these cactions were forcing melee, they should have been able to wipe those Banshees. In fact, 2 D-cannons on the field at the moment. Just to carry on reversing, does have a minimum fire range.
That's a strange orbital. Yeah, one model is still capping that. That was waste right there.
These Paladins chasing in too far. Shoulder may end up losing them, but it does have Terminators on the field, so it doesn't matter too much. Okay, it's finally got an upgrade on the Predator now, so going for the Mark Horn upgrade does an additional 75% damage against all targets, or with all weapons rather. Might be able to kill this Fire Prism if he chases, but it is infiltrated in time. Definitely makes sense to try and keep control of these Terminators.
The Avengers might die. No, they're gonna get away. The Ranger's gonna take the point. Fire Prism gonna get chased down by a Lord Commissar. Quite angry. Oh, it's gonna die.
Two Fire Prisms now down. Paladins forced into base for quite some time. Terminators also going to be forced into base for quite some time. Red team may have lost the game potentially.
Yeah, they need to do a good push.
Sir, we're losing.
Surprisingly, this Predator for Quest has actually managed to do what it was intended to do, which was try and kill these Fire Prisms, which
Our allies have themselves a victory point.
seemed really unlikely to do. 2 Fire Prisms should not have lost to a Predator that easily.
What do you think about the Avatar purchase? Considering the VPs.
The which purchase?
The Avatar.
An Avatar should be able to get out on time, but you're going to have to rely very heavily on that push working. Very see Emperor's Wrath 2 off, mainly because it can be retreated out of very easily, but interesting to see it being purchased there by Kermanog. Definitely forces Purgation into an instant retreat there.
Thing is, they still don't have any power, actually. And there's a secret gate being built in the back, with Rangers sitting there.
The Commissar wants something? I'm not going to say no.
They should have enough energy to just remain infiltrated there for quite some time until something goes away on so they can force engagement, but Ben's going to have to start building his Avatar fairly soon, otherwise it's not actually going to arrive on time.
Yeah.
Rangers can buy some additional time by trying to get a decap for that point as quickly as possible, but
Quest has enough for like a Phobos.
he's able to
And
get a
nearly
Phobos
enough.
out. He should go for a Great Unclean one, as opposed to a Phobos in this particular case.
Yeah.
Paladins and Terminators both fairly healthy, although Terminators are...
Terminators? Oh my god, those guardsmen though. What happened to the guardsmen?
Message received. Your advantage is
That's one good dead Guardsman squad. His Terminators have taken quite a lot of damage because of that. This is where the Flame upgrade is probably the weaker choice, trying to chase away an enemy vehicle. Paladins are going to be able to get that Predator in the end. There's some Chaos Terminators getting cooldown as well. 30 MPs to 83. Carskins on the left hand side are able to secure the point, so Kermanog and Quest might be able to just about pull this off. Terminator's also dying on retreat here. All these Caskins in range. When no grenade is available, these Caskins are going to be forced to sprint away here. They should have a sprint ability with the Sergeant, I believe. Commissar was going to come in, so they could try and retreat away, and then Commissar can always come in for the executes. Instead, he's trying to do as much damage. Terminators have now fallen. There are some Castians and some Guardsmen here, so the Strike Squad should also fall at the same time. Shoulder is kind of just throwing everything in.
Yeah, it's just like the issue with the Leaving Rose.
It looks like Colonel and Quest should have this game in the bag.
Victory point acquired by our mates, sir.
Yeah, looks. Yeah, it's gonna be safe.
Tactical Marines striking here.
Got the decap, but Solomon is just like on interceptor score on operatives. Oh, he's gonna.
Oh wow, the Emperor's Wrath.
Allies have themselves a victory point.
And there goes the interceptors.
So close, but not quite close enough. Operatives are trying to go in, but not going to happen in time. Shoulders now down to nothing whatsoever. Ben does have his avatar. It's another 5 prism mouse in the field, but not going to be able to do too much.
Oh, well.
Does tie up the series overall. Good to see GK losing. Sensing a lot of hate here for Shoulder in the chat.
Yeah, he's like the kindest. Not a War 2 player, but also like the most hated one.
The level 8 Lord Commissar. I think the Fire Prisms were a good choice, but needs to keep them alive earlier at Asmon. Decan has done a lot of friendly fire damage as well, which is always the risk of a unit like that. I think 1 Decan would have been potentially better than just having 2. Maybe just 1 Fire Prism, 1 Decan, the rest of the money goes straight towards the Avatar.
Poop cannons. Yeah, I think that they just like got slacking in the end, pretty much. With like being careful with their squads.
He wants to step up and play the best Warlock on Elite. Maybe if there wasn't a tournament ongoing. Avatar plus any Great Knight Terminators would be a fairly scary combo since the Avatar does affect allied units. I'm assuming it also affects allied Terminators as well. I think there was a limitation onto what units it does and does not affect. So BbBoS, keep forgetting that I keep looking at random stuff. BbBoS should have a game, no, Opseth, sorry, should have a game hosted fairly soon. As soon as he does, we'll be able to join in and find out what's going on.
Ah, there we go.
Carminog.
Kurminok. Kurminok.
Avatar buffs, all infantry, no exceptions. Yeah, so quite scary. So, with the Seer Council, because I know Seer Council also do provide like a similar buff to the Avatar, like the reduction of range damage, does that also affect all allied infantry without exception? I think similar to the Autark as well. It does. So you can have a fairly scary army just by having an Eldar player on your team. Avatar even affects allied avatars. So you get 3 avatars, 3 Seer Council, 3 Autarks, and take hardly any range damage whatsoever.
You become invincible.
I suppose you can also get Cloak of Shadows as well, if you want to go even further. And the green one by Swift. What was that called? Let's have a look at the main bracket. It's called
The L name.
Lindros.
Nefarian. Something. Lindros Fall.
Avatar Aura. Allied infantry units within 20 radius do 30% more damage, receive 30% less range damage, immune to suppression. Seer Council Aura. Energy increase and receive 15% less range damage. I think the Autark is also 15% less range damage as well. But if you go for 3 avatars, is that 90% additional damage?
Yeah, they want this map. Vengitron starting now.
Okay, so players look like they're ready.
Yeah, I think they're just gonna stay with this.
Currently 8:30 in Japan.
Fit's amazing, man. No work.
I've got to agree with PB Oracle. Why else would you bring that up unless you just do that on a regular basis? Yeah, the leap buffs and the inspiration on kill. Everyone very eager to start since it's all getting late. Pretty sure I've seen some questions right by an avatar.
It's like 1:30 right here.
Yeah, meant to be. I need to get up at 6.
Then you're fucked.
Pretty much.
Can't do FFA.
No, I wasn't planning to do an FFA anyway today.
Right.
I didn't have work tomorrow. Then I probably would do one, but not in this particular case. But yeah, quite a large map to play on, but I wonder if Kermanol might change build, because you see like something like a double sentinel work on this map because it's so open. At the same time though, I've never really seen much deviation from players going for standard builds in this series. Or just in any
You
of
know,
the
every
series.
game I've naded you. Did he actually nade every game?
Pretty much. With the exception of the Lictor game that he played earlier.
Power node is now in friendly hands. Allies have captured a requisition point.
Don't know how good Kermanol's micro is, but could see a double sentinel build for him. Potentially against Eldar. Wonder if we also see the natural requisition point go uncapped for a large amount of time here.
I think he's gonna just go triple IST, double pigation against Chaos.
Maybe. We should see a combi flamer as like the first purchase for the Chaos Lord here, so they can actually pick off some models. Especially as there's triple dire Avengers on the other side of the map as well.
A power node.
Yeah, they're just gonna counter bash.
Sir, power node's been targeted.
Oh. Nearly stole the power on the right side.
Surprised to see that this natural requisition point has still not been captured as of yet, or nothing's been sent over to do that.
Oh, dodge the stomp. Yeah, that might be nasty. Oh, got the undershot blocker there. And the double IST are gonna help. So
That's going
that
to be a dead
Sentinel's in
Guardsman squad.
danger.
We are under attack.
I'm not really sure about the Sentinel play there, trying to go in for a stomp against 3 squads that are already focusing down your Sentinel. Sentinel's going to be able to get away, it's just going to take a long way around, but
Yeah, the Sentinel missed actually the stomp, so
if it landed, the stomp would have taken a lot of damage trying to do that.
Points been acquired by our allies.
Eldar attack.
Generally don't want to try and go for a blind stomp like that. Shoulder is going to go for a triple grenade launcher build once again, but we'll see if he decides to go for a triple sergeant build altogether.
oh, the lot because I actually nearly died. And that Sentinel's really in a bad spot.
Sentinels will die at this point.
Yeah, that's
As soon as they started focusing it down, it was going to die since it would be able to move out of range in time. Okay, I'm going to get some sponsors out, but losing Guardsman, losing the Sentinel this early on. 2 Guardian Weapons teams are already out on the field. Ben's in a pretty good position. He is going to get another Sentinel, but I'm not too sure about that decision.
Allies have captured a requisition.
Sentinel will probably scale a lot better against this build. Missile launcher does quite well here. Terminal is probably going to spend quite some time in base at this point. Ben is just going to be able to dominate his side of the map.
pretty much.
Shoulder should be okay on his side, but Raptors coming out is definitely going to change things up a little bit. Double operatives on the way should be able to stun them and fall back a little bit.
Yeah. Sure, he can still shoot. Oh, he's gonna throw nades because they're suppressed. It's like the double shurikens already firing.
This is the one reason why I dislike the triple grenade launcher build that Shoulder likes to do, is the fact that it's up against Chaos Lord and up against Raptors.
Yeah.
Sentinel just outside of range there. He's going to be able to somehow remain alive barely, going away with 50 HP earlier. While this triple grenade launch build is very good at wiping the squad, as soon as they are jumped on, you're almost forced into a retreat because you can't accurately hit targets.
Yeah, well, if the heretics get shot once.
I should rely very heavily on the operatives, trying to get a stun or a slow on these Raptors, but in this case it really doesn't work. In fact, he ends up losing their squad. It's potentially losing his captain as well.
Generator coming up.
Actually, his rogue captain will be okay. Campbell's army is now starting to look a bit more formidable now. He's bulked it out with some Castians, but he may decide to get an additional guardsman squad even still in tier 1. But that might delay his tier 2 a little bit too much.
Well, that was that Chaos Lord. Ooh, double nades.
Triple nades. That is a very dead Raptor model. Always want to try and throw grenades individually where possible, but it's easier said than done a lot of the time. Though he's only in practice though. That means having to go for the same build every time.
And he's just going for the counter there.
Here by Quest, always trying to keep on the move every time the grenade barrage is ready to go, and those IST taking a lot of damage actually. Surprisingly, no combi flamer from this Chaos Lord as of yet. I feel like the combi flamer in this particular instance would be an automatic purchase.
Oh, didn't quite work.
Quitting this task on
Good attempt by Kermanog.
Oh, it's in the wrong direction. Oh, that's a very dead shuriken.
Yeah, if he forces melee on it, executes the squad. More than even needed. I think executing the squad would have still been a good decision on the Castrians, even though he did end up wiping it in the end there. But just having that extra 100% damage just kind of secures that kill at the very least.
Weapon is properly upgraded.
Our allied structure is under attack.
What would have been good practice to do anyway. Unless you're extremely confident that you were going to wipe it.
Our allies have themselves a victory point.
The Camelot did end up losing the second Sentinel already. And is lacking requisition to actually take up to tier 2.
Message received.
I'm not sure about this low negation squad that's just out in the field. Shoulder does need to retreat it away. We end up losing the model on it.
So the generator is online.
Yeah, needs to be careful. Looks like they knocked back. I lost like 3 Diverger models there.
They have me pinned.
We have an edge for now.
Ben is bleeding a bit too much, in my opinion.
I think it's okay because Camelot is tier 1, although losing his entire generator farm should be something that shouldn't happen though, in this instance.
These foes underestimate. We're under attack.
Allies have captured a requisition point.
I am held down by fire.
These Castrians could easily go and force melee here,
Supplied by our mate.
or could have forced melee. No longer cannot. No longer can, rather. Camelot should have enough resources to start taking up to tier 2. Well, does have enough resources to start taking up to tier 2.
Upgrade order received.
And we'd like to see a Falcon actually from Ben at this point, since he's got triple Avengers.
Generator
And since
under
Camelot
attack.
is so far behind in tech, an early Falcon, in comparison to the early Wraith Guard that he went for, would have been incredibly strong.
Victory point out there. Right. Immediately, sir.
But the VP's really ticking down too quickly in this game. Things have gone fairly slowly in tier 1 in terms of that, with plenty of action though.
Kinda getting the feeling I'm just like opposing this game.
What do you mean? That is essentially what we are doing.
I'm dying. I'm like, not dying. I'm getting tired.
Kind of does happen at this sort of time.
Our mates have captured a power node.
Yeah. I need beer.
We need all the help we can get. An
That
upgrade
Wraith
is
Beer
Guard
makes you talk.
and beer at this time, which makes me more tired. We do have a flare going to go down. Only going to catch out a Divergent squad to guide Web's team is still set up. Might need to readjust itself a little bit, which we do see happening as of now.
slipping away.
Great Barnacle upgrade actually printed for the comp side. I've not seen this as of yet today, and I'm glad that it's actually been purchased. The execution should go down now. It says retreat his Catrians away before he can actually make use of it.
I think there's way too much. Even though, like, yeah, I think he would have been killed anyways. Like, he wouldn't be able to retreat, so if it would have gone wrong, well, then he would have lost the cutters definitely.
Does heal up the casters to maximum health though.
Yeah.
If you did have abilities available as well, then you have to use it at some point.
Roger, sir.
Now should be a good opportunity to use it.
We are under attack. Get down out here.
Pretty much.
It's got enough
It's
energy
just
to use it.
they're gonna try to decap it.
The requisition point's in trouble.
But it's actually a dreadnought. And there comes the counter bash on the other side as well.
Yeah, I like that Shoulder's got the Dreadnought Claw here.
Generator's taking hits.
With the grenade launchers, you can just keep your Dreadnought next to your grenade launcher IST and have it supported quite easily.
It has 1600 HP.
Yeah, it's quite tanky. It's the tankiest Dreadnought by far, but you can't upgrade it in tier 3 like you can with the Space Marine Dreadnought.
Yeah.
It's going to be the Mark Corn upgrade here for the Chaos Dreadnought, but I'm not really sure how well this is going to compete against a Grey Knight Dreadnought with the Claw upgrade and the Maelstrom ability. Wow, that's special. It looks cool, but it does a ridiculous amount of damage. So the Nemesis Force Halberd Staff as well for the Brother Captain.
Justification spot to support.
Finally some Bionic Eye usage.
Oh, Ben. He needed his own Die Avengers. Wait. The Lotcomus is actually shooting just the Die Avengers though.
That was some nice damage here from these Catchins. And the Mark Corn Dreadnought cannot stand up against the Grey Knight Dreadnought.
Yep. He made a big mistake.
Yeah, the Grey Knight Dreadnought I think is probably one of the strongest things in Tier 2 about them. Mainly because the Dreadnought's probably the most versatile out of all Dreadnoughts. You can go for a flamer, or you can go melee, or you can get a plasma cannon, so you can make it into an artillery piece. On top of it is also really tanky.
Melter is also existing.
Yeah. But he needs to be careful about targeting so close to his Dire Avenger's hit. Should see some grenades potentially get thrown down as well.
I'm kinda disappointed at the lack of rune armor. Considering there's no camera at all.
Maybe Ben feels bad enough already having a Grey Knight ally on his team that he doesn't feel the need to go for rune armor. We should see an execution go down on these Catchins once again before they use too many models here.
Yeah, the... What?
Maybe let's go and execute one of the models, but the model that he executed ended up dying, or the model that he targeted with his execution ended up dying, I think, so it bugged out.
Alright. Oh wait, there's a second Dreadnought coming up.
Two melee Dreadnoughts is going to be a massive pain for Quest to deal with. He has got Havocs out in the field, but it's going to be more than one set of Havocs. Even then, one set of Havocs struggles to fight just one Dreadnought alone. You can't have that as your only source of AV, you've got to have something else to go with it.
Especially if it's a P-Def Dreadnought. Actually, Ben might just go for... Oh no, he is actually going for a 5. I mean, yeah, Rotarian and Quest are like behind in power, so...
This shoulder might be able to finish him off in Tier 2 himself. There's going to be a P-Dev Dreadnought. How much damage does a P-Dev Dreadnought do on hit? Oh, he's actually switched. Wait, he's got a plasma cannon and an assault cannon.
Yeah.
Well, previously it also kept its knife, but I guess they changed it. Catchers are desperately trying to get onto this Wraith Gun, but taking so much damage, might end up losing his Catchers in the process here.
Yep.
Bionic Eye is pretty amazing, but does not make your Catchers invulnerable. So that's going to be 2-1 Shoulder Mount and Ben. We could see a new champion in the 2v2 tournament.
And that one is going to be a GK play.
As much as the community finds it disgusting, probably.
Just feels like the beginner's days.
Beginner's days.
Where people with grenades were like actually always overpowered. Or they won like every match. Because of Termi spam and shit.
That is still essentially Grey Knights now, though.
Hmm.
I think it's unlikely that we'll see different commanders out of them.
Mm-mm.
The only other alternative commanders that we could see is potentially like a double Lictor Alpha like we saw earlier.
Feel the pain. Ben Farsia plays depressing. I like him to play something else. What's depressing about it? That he's nading himself, or
I think some of the other grenade plays, Asmon has not been too pleased, especially the triple grenades thrown at the Raptors that end up killing one model. But it definitely killed that one model very well. That one model was not going to get away. So, wait for our... what was the guy's name again? Opseth to get another game hosted up, and then we can jump into essentially what was match point game. Potentially Shoulder Mount and Ben can win. However, if Kermnog and Quest do come back, then they will still have an opportunity to win the series overall if they do win the next 2 games. No Psychic Storm against IG.
I'm gonna head off.
Okay.
I'm gonna watch the stream, by the way.
Alright then.
So
Thank
no
you for
issues.
co-casting.
yeah, no problem. Just make sure that you're gonna be more awake than me.
Fair enough.
All right then.
See ya.
Thanks for everyone. Yeah, thanks for Untitled for hosting the tournament and all the events. Same for the streamers and like the people who watch. Oceans, you're a faggot. And yeah, have a good night, guys. See ya.
And with that, that leaves me as the only person in the call, so I might as well leave Discord altogether. Yeah, Psychic Storm would be pretty good. I think everyone is probably feeling the tiredness at the moment. I believe Ben's from the UK as well, just like I am. Nog showing no mercy whatsoever in this particular chat. So, up to Quest and Kermnog to actually decide on what map they want to play. Probably going to be something like... No, we already had Median Cliff Mines. What map did we start off on? Yeah, we started off on Median Cliff Mines. With regards to alternative maps that we might potentially see, likely to be... No, could we see Ruins of Argus? Probably not. Ancestors Rest. We've seen that a couple of times, not seen it too often. They can choose maps. Asmon, other than the first map which is fixed, it was Ben and Shoulder that decided that they wanted that previous map. Desert Showdown, I mean, Quest is readied up, so they may decide to go for Desert Showdown as the map choice. Judgment of Carrion. I've not seen Judgment of Carrion in a while. I'm not a massive fan of Judgment of Carrion as a 2v2 map. I do find it a bit weird. I find most maps a bit awkward to play where you only have the one natural generator farm and you've got to take one of the contested farms if you want to have a normal tech up like you would in other maps. No, Quest and Kermnog have not really said much, so Opsev, I don't know if he's wondering what map he should actually pick. Pick a map where they can hold together. I suppose Judgment of Carrion in that sense would be a good one. Seems like Judgment of Carrion though is going to be the map choice of the players. Good luck, have fun is called. no one really seems too sure of what's going on, mainly because they don't know the map names. Does make it a bit harder for the referee here to actually choose a map and kind of commit. But all players are readied up, so Opsef can start. Kernanag. I do love these misspellings from time to time. So Quest and Kernanag versus Ben and Shoulder Mount in the finals, game number 4, match point. Let's see what happens in this game.
Give me a challenge.
So, Quest going to be starting off on the top side of the map there as Chaos Lord once again. Going to see Kermanog sticking with the Lord Commissar on the right hand side. Ben going to be on the bottom side there as the Farseer, and Shoulder Mount on the left hand side as the Brother Captain. Can already see players calling out what commander they're up against. Ben realising that Shoulder Mount is up against Chaos, as you can hear the Chaos Lord in the Fog of War. Kermanog not wanting to give the good luck, have fun out to the opposing players here, and we do see the triple Dire Avenger, triple IST build that we've seen them both go at the same time. In other cases, when we've seen them go for a strike squad, Ben's typically gone for a Banshee squad, so I wonder if this is like a pre-planned build that both players are doing, or if it's just by coincidence that they always tend to go for triple range squads together. And if they don't go triple range squads together, then it's always going to be 2 range squads, 1 melee squad. Who knows, but already some IST going to be fighting off some CSM here. Brother Captain is going to use his battle cry to get in a bit closer. And Guide has already been used here. Sentinel taking quite a lot of damage. Trying to get a decap on this power. It's going to be out fight for a bit of time here. Does needs to be careful actually. Dire Avengers are moving closer. They can fire on the move. This Sentinel is taking a lot of damage. Might just go down in his very first engagement here. That's going to be incredibly rough if it happens. Wow. Kermanog not responding in time there. Going a bit too aggressive for the decap and power. Ben can easily retreat away from this, having gained so much from this engagement already. We see him already making use of buildings. It's not really a building that you would typically look at and expect to use that often, but it definitely exists there. So we could see some early flamers on these guardsmen, especially as the stomp upgrade is not coming in. The Commissar is also going to fall down as well. Tiredness is probably having a big effect on the play on players at this point in time. For us in Europe being midnight, for a Quest in Russia, potentially 3 in the morning or worse. And it's some deployable cover right outside the is he attempting to wall in these Dire Avengers? Can that work? I don't think the plan has worked out too well here for Kermanog in this particular case. Even if you do wall it off, I believe you can just shoot down deployable cover fairly easily, unless you can try and put them in such a position that they can't get out of the building at all.
You are losing us a victory point.
But I do see Quest going through the standard Raps build. You know, Kermanog doesn't actually purchase anything as of yet, so I don't know if he's anticipating going for a very quick tier 2, which I don't think works out too great on this map. Because he does have enough to get Castions or anything he actually desires in tier 1 at the moment. So Castions might not be such a bad shout, especially if the building is going to be used. You can always use a grenade barrage on units inside the building, especially with the execution on the Commissar, and pretty much insta-give them. We do see the power sword getting purchased here for the Brother Captain. Does provide a slight boost in damage, but for the most part, it does improve the battle cry ability. Ben anticipating a flank here. Is going to throw down a grenade. Is the grenade going to land? It's a nice grenade. Ooh, if he kept on focusing them a bit more, 2 HP. Very unfortunate there for Ben, was so close to gain a wipe. It's a really nicely placed grenade as well. But we do see the Guardian Weapons team is going to set up here. That VP is pretty secure, and deployable cover is also going to get focused down there by those Dire Avengers. That Commissar still dead on the ground. We do have the Chaos Lord coming in here. Does have the Combi Flame this time, which was missing from the previous game. Combi Flame is just such a good purchase against a triple Dire Avenger build or a triple IST build because it just provides so much extra damage. But we'll be able to get a res there on the Commissar. And our double Guardian Weapons team just going to focus down both these Guardsman squads. The grenades are going to go down. Just seems careful not to run on top of those grenades trying to chase down those Guardsmen. Overall dealing some decent damage, but we'll be able to make it out there alive. You can see that the wall has been clipped there. Commissar's actually going to fall down. I thought he might be able to make it out there alive, but the triple Dire Avenger is going to be a bit too much there for him to handle. Chaos Lord should be able to get another res on him, but we'll need to take the long way around. Definitely won't be able to do it in this case. We'll need to go back to base and then come back out of base before we can do that. Meanwhile, the center of the map, they're going to go towards the red team almost in its entirety. The only thing that blue team are in control of is this power node over here on the left-hand side. The VPs are going to start taking down very quickly as it is going to be a triple cap against them, and a second Raptor squad here for Quest. I'm not sure if that's intentional or if that's an Overwatch mistake. Meanwhile, Kermanog is going to go tier 2 himself. He's not invested a single bit of power in tier 1 whatsoever. In fact, decides to repurchase his Commissar Lord. Does have plenty of requisition to spare, but even then, always worth it, especially if the Chaos Lord can gain some additional XP. Or if you can even save that requisition so that you can build some additional units a bit later on or get an additional generator farm. Commissar is going to come in there. His Guardian Weapons team set up all the way back at the VP though. They're still going to retain the same position, which covers both entrances to the VP. There is a third entrance all the way around a long way if you did want to go there. I think the tiredness might be setting in a little bit here for Quest. Not for Quest, for Kermanog, sorry. Should still be able to get a res onto the Commissar from the Chaos Lord. The aggression from these double Raptors might be able to buy enough time. These Raptors are taking a lot of damage here from range. Oh, the triple grenades! That was risky, nearly blew up his own Farseer there. Chaos Lord should be able to pick away a few models. Ben does need to stop moving two of his squad so he can actually start focusing down on that Chaos Lord, although he's going to fall back all the way to his setup teams. But may decide to stop that. Could try and go in for a res on the Commissar, especially as Guardsmen are pushing in on the right hand side. Chaos Lord is all the way back there. Raptors can come in for a follow-up jump here. These Dire Avengers are quite vulnerable at this state. And I think Quest could just go in there. We have the Chimera out in the field. One Guardsman squad has been left behind. I believe the other Guardsman squad is already loaded inside the Chimera. A full generator farm has been placed down here, so Kermanog may try and capture this. And if he can hold a position, that could actually work out really well for him and his ally. Chimera, I'm not really sure how to park it there. Guardsmen will unload and Kermanog can secure this side. It's going to work out really well here for blue team. But we do see Ben going very aggressively here, going to try and get a counter bash in retaliation. In fact, we actually have a Wraith Lord on the way from Ben, so Ben and Shardman managed to get enough power that they need from that contested generator farm. But they probably won't mind too much about giving it up for a little bit. Kermanog is going to get some Stormtroopers out in the field. I'm not sure what these Stormtroopers are going to be for, if this is retaliation to there being two setup teams on the field, or if he might anticipate a vehicle approaching. But Stormtroopers definitely won't do too well against a Wraith Lord. Wraith Lord is just far too tanky for Melter Storms to actually handle properly. Especially if this... It's gone for a Bright Lance actually. And there's that rune armor that you've been asking for, Asmon. He is not retreating these Guardsmen through away. He does retreat at the last second. May end up taking a bit more damage than anticipated there. And we do see Guide again used onto the Wraith Lord, so it does have that extra 30% range damage, 30% range. And that should go down. One more hit is going to be enough. You see the Melter upgrade coming in, but the Melter upgrade I don't think it's going to do too much. Even if he does get the Melter Bomb, the Wraith Lord will just turn around and start focusing down these Stormtroopers. There are also triple Dire Avengers on the field, so some very quick repairs available. It's going to be a second Stormtrooper squad, so I wonder if this is also going to be a Melter squad. Surprisingly is. I'm not really feeling the double Melter Stormtroopers are the right choice here. I mean, they can definitely kill the Wraith Lord, but it's not going to be cost efficient. Against triple Dire Avengers anyway, especially as all these Dire Avengers probably going, yeah, they're going to straight away get the Dire Avenger Exarch. So it's even more range damage for these Stormtroopers to contest up against. In a position like this where there are double Stormtroopers coming down the right hand side, or... Oh, wow. Oh. That was nasty. In a situation where the guardsmen did not just melt, even if the Stormtroopers were able to come around from the rear, they would have to walk through the Dire Avengers. The Dire Avengers can force melee at that point, especially with the Exarchs available. The Exarch does alright in melee combat. And the Stormtroopers wouldn't be able to get the damage they needed. It would have been forced to retreat through the Wraith Lord, and overall would have just done quite a lot of damage. It's actually triple Melter Storms. I think I'm not going to... point may have gone a little bit insane. The thing is, with this much infiltration, you don't have the energy to throw down any Melter Bombs, but if you get a critical mass of Stormtroopers with Melter Gun upgrades, you essentially one-shot any vehicle with mass Melter Bombs. One squad is definitely going to fall down here, no doubt about it. But that Dreadnought is pretty idle at this point. In the past, they did have a weapon upgrade. That could have been a second squad there potentially. So one Melter Stormtrooper squad going down. That's already a massive expense. And it's currently a triple cap against blue team at the moment. I think it is probably not going to be premature if I do say that. I think we know who's going to win the tournament at this point. Ben going tier 3. Kermanog is getting some additional Stormtroopers. I don't think these additional Stormtroopers are going to do too much. They're going to get the Melter Gun upgrade. The Melter Gun upgrade is not going to be very effective against this Wraith Lord, or very cost efficient anyway. Despite Melter being effective against all targets, the short range definitely hurts it quite a lot. And Lakeman's actually going to enter this building here. It's funny, like, you don't normally expect like a building to be there, but it is. It's kind of hidden in that sense. And there's no building on that side, but there is a building on the other side, so it's a bit of a weird map design. But let's see what our elite squad of Stormtroopers can do in this engagement. They are going to potentially go for a snipe on this Grey Knight Dreadnought, but I think there's triple grenade launcher IST really close by. Could see another triple grenade barrage that we did see earlier. They are coming in. They no longer have energy for a Melter Bomb as well, so that's going to be a bit of an issue. We do have one Melter Bomb actually. Two Melter Bombs in fact. Wow, we might actually kill it. This is very cost inefficient, but he will kill it. Unsurprisingly, all squads actually make it out there alive, but how many models did he lose there in the end? Well, IST. Maybe I don't need to count. I mean, that is everything. But did kill the Dreadnought, does ease up quest side a little bit, but from this quest we'll need a strong back in order to carry Kermanog through. He is going tier 3, but by the time tier 3 finishes, the VPs are going to be in the double digits, and it being in double digits is going to make it very difficult, and that is going to be the concede right there. Kermanog losing a bit too much, and yeah. not really too much you can do when you do lose 3 Stormtrooper squads like that, and did lose an additional Stormtrooper squad much earlier on. And Kamenog's commander and unit score currently at 0. Oh, that is a rough number. 7 units killed to 88 lost. Bear in mind, a lot of the units lost were Stormtroopers, which are much more expensive than Guardsmen. At least 20 Stormtroopers died. Potentially more. But with that, congratulations to Ben1993 and Shouldermount, who are going to be the champions of the monthly Rumble Team Tournament number 34. To the displeasure of many Grey Knights, are going to win this tournament. And, well, I've got the brackets here. The brackets have not been updated, so let's refresh the page. So normally I do the post-tournament free-for-all. In this particular instance, I will not be doing it. I have got work early tomorrow morning. I've got 5 hours worth of sleep, or not even 5 hours worth of sleep remaining so far. So yeah, going 3-1 in the final is going to be our champions. I will be uploading the VOD to YouTube, and it will take a bit of time to upload because YouTube processing takes tons of time for some reason. But it will be there eventually. But yeah, from here, I'm going to call an end to the stream. Next time we can have post-tournament free-for-all if I am not working the day after. Hopefully that is the case. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you to the players who organised the tournaments and done refereeing and whatnot. And thank you to everyone who watched, participated in some fashion, either by watching or playing. Definitely a lot of fun to do. As for the next tournament, I can't remember when exactly it is, but I know that it's coming up soon. I think it might be Faction Wars or something similar, but have a look on the forums and the tournament threads. There'll be a post about what's up next. I'm going to go off to bed, so good night to everyone, and thank you for the new follows today and the existing followers as well.